Like it was like one of those
All
plastic
right.
doll, like a rubber, like a real life doll.
So this is still live right now, and for no reason at all, I have now been placed in timeout. So this is exactly what I'm talking about. Now I tried to be, I try to be just normal, polite. I don't call people names, and I'm not a troll. I don't, I don't look for people to fuck with, and I don't do that. I don't do that shit. Okay, but I will absolutely call out somebody who is trying to deceive somebody, right? And this whole stream, right? That is, I'm sorry, but if you still think that GS is just drama, they don't get along with certain people. If you really think that that's all this is, I feel bad for you, okay? Because this is clearly a group of people who are all on the same page. They don't just share the same opinion. They all have something else in common. They have some other motivation, right? And they all say things that aren't true. They twist the truth around. They sat here and said that Tab blocks people. They censor people. No, they don't. That's bullshit. Now, you mentioned lick the whole boot. Like the people that you mentioned, if they block them, I don't blame them because I've seen those people make up absolute lies about them. So what these people do is they it's it's diabolical, right? They will blame their target for doing what they're doing to the person. Like they literally just blocked me from the chat, right? I've been talking this whole chat. I had done nothing but, I'm not saying anything negative about GS. I'm not fucking attacking his ego or anything. But at this point up here, okay, right here, but I have yet to see anything suggesting that they are doing anything wrong. See, they're trying to say that that they're doing wrong. They're scamming people, right? And it's bullshit. Nobody even has the ability to know if they're scamming anybody. They don't even have. It's not even really off the ground yet. Okay, so therefore it's impossible to know if Scars is going to scam people or if it's going to be legit. So the fact that all these people are going on there saying it as if it's established, it's already been found out, it's already been proven that they're fake, they're scamming people, that should alarm you. That should wake you up right away and make you realize, okay, why are these people all saying that? There's zero information. You can't find any information, right, that would lead you to the same conclusion that they're coming to. If you ask them to provide the information that led them to that conclusion, they don't have it. They can't give it to you. It doesn't exist. You understand? So I'm blocked. I was chatting this entire time. They probably said targeted patent on this stream about 30 times, maybe 40, right? So, and I just, that's how I am. I can't sit here and let somebody bullshit a bunch of people like this. I can't do it, right? But like, I will agree with people right here. Me too. Duct Tape Productions, right? I said that because Duct Tape Productions said. Now look what they said here. They said, where's it at? Where's it at? What the hell? Is he just gone? Where did Duct Tape Productions go? Now I know Duct Tape Productions is DS, just another account, right? I understand that because it's his fucking channel or whatever. But he said, "Can't ever? I wish everybody. Why can't everybody just get along?" Right? That's what they said. So I said, "Yeah, I agree." Right? Where's it at here? It said, "Look for Duct Tape Productions." It's not in here. I said, "Me too" at Duct Tape Productions LLC. Where's it at? Now I said that immediately after he said, "I wish everybody could just. Why can't everybody get along?" Where's it at? It's not in here. Am I missing it? See, this is what I'm talking about. This is the weird shit that they do. They have ability to present the truth as something different. Like from what I see is one thing, right? But they're spin artists, right? They twist the truth around and put it out there, and they have different tools at their disposal to do this with, right? So I don't see anywhere where Duct Tape Productions is in here anywhere, nowhere. So what the so why what did I respond to right there then? See, it's not in here. I literally I type it in and then it pops up because the person's in the chat. Okay, that's how that works. I didn't type that out. It just filled it in for me. So Duct Tape Productions is gone. Did they block them? But then right after I said that, okay, they came back and they said something else. They said, let's see here, where's it at? Because that's what got me blocked. That's what I answered to them again. One second, let me find myself here. Okay, I say less until I know more. Because they don't know anything. Me too at Duct Tape Productions, right? And then they said something about, yeah, when someone's doing something wrong, though, they need to be called out, right? Oh, here it is. Eye of the eye. No, that's who said it. They said at Duct Tape Production LLC, because just getting along is stupid. If people are doing wrong, then the best way to keep others from falling prey is to illuminate the path. So this person is talking to Duct Tape Productions as well, right? They're not in the chat. They're not in here, right? And then, let's see here. That must be where I got blocked, I guess, right? What did I say? Here it is. I said, but I have yet to see anything suggesting that they're doing anything wrong. But when I went to type this, I was blocked. Just like that. That quick. Now, what did I do to get blocked? What did I do to get timed out? Do you understand? I didn't even say anything. They blocked me to block the truth. It wasn't like they were butthurt. I didn't say anything mean. I didn't say anything disrespectful or anything like that. You understand? So why would anybody block me there? Do you understand? Now, if I bring this to GS's attention, he'll play dumb. He'll be like, "Oh, one of my mods must have done it. Maybe I got a rogue mod. Maybe I got a rogue mod, right?" And I've seen them do this time and time again. Okay. Now, I'm not trying to, trying to talk shit on them or trying to make fun of them or put them down. But the truth is important, right? So I've done a couple videos in the past on GS, exposing his actions. All I do is show his actions, and I point it out, right? And he says that, oh, I'm a muppet and I'm crazy. You know what I mean? And that's what he says. He doesn't want anybody looking at my channel. Now, there was a bunch of people on his stream here. I'm going to show you here. They don't know me, I guess, but they're like, I was playing dumb. Obviously, I'm playing dumb. GS knows exactly who I am, right? So, right here, okay. I said, because they were saying, well, when they're scamming people, it's not right, and people need, they gotta save people from being scammed. I said, what about all the people who don't reach out because you guys said they were scamming people? Should they blame you? Blame you guys if they find out later that you were wrong? So then you guys are scamming them, right? I mean, you got to take accountability for your actions too. If you are influencing people to believe that they're scamming people and then they don't reach out and then they don't get the help that they could get, right? Then you scammed them. It's no different. You understand? Listen, people give GS super chats. People donate to people all the time, but nobody's coming at them and bitching at them for getting donations. Fraud at Wrangler. Does anybody here bitch at Fraud at Wrangler for all the money he rakes in? No. You see how they attack somebody who's trying to do a good thing? No, they attack anyone. They're paid trolls. This is what they are. They are paid trolls. I'm convinced they're paid trolls. You know what I mean? They just try to twist everything around. Just because a veteran has legal issues doesn't mean it's a legal battle with the vets. Like, good luck fighting, a legal battle with like the VA or something. You're not gonna. That's You might as well give up with the government. You know what I mean? But if you're fighting, you have a legal case, a criminal case, or a family case, and you have legal trouble, and you're a veteran, right? You're a veteran in need of legal services. This information is not known to everybody. This is like foreign information to everybody. So having somebody, an organization who's willing to take their time and any donations they get and put it towards helping veterans get the resources they need, find out the information they need so that they have a better chance, right? Going up against anybody in court. How the hell are they scamming anybody? Oh, no, you should go pay a lawyer, right? You should just be paying lawyers, right? They just want $25,000 just to take your case just so they can fuck you over, right? But they're not talking shit on lawyers? No, lawyers are great, right? They're going to talk shit on somebody who's trying to do the right thing, be a nonprofit, and provide, legal consultation or resources for somebody to go pro se. And they're scamming people, but lawyers aren't. No, lawyers aren't scamming anybody, right? Right? You see what I'm saying? And GS said that everybody that they just mentioned, right, that was affiliated with Scars, is like scum of the earth. I said, that's so nice of you to say, GS. So, GS got tired of it. He didn't want to look like an idiot in front of everybody else. He had to just block me when nobody was paying attention, right? He blocked me when nobody was paying attention. He must be out of hides. He must not be able to hide anybody else. He must have hid that many people already because he would have hid me instead of blocked me or timed me out. But see, like right here, I said, Johnny Bravo, well said. See, this is what the chat's for. Just normal chatting. I've gotten blocked from this fucking douchebag's channel so many times. Oh, the fair enough was a good one. That's because he called Tab Willy Wonka. So I said, well, if he's Willy Wonka, then GS is his Oompa Loompa. And I think he's butthurt about that. That's probably what it is, right? Right here. If he's Willy Wonka, then GS is his Oompa Loompa. He's probably really butthurt about that. So I'm gonna rewind this here. Let's rewind this, and then we're gonna go over it here. Because for the last hour they have been like I've just been going crazy in the chat. So they have to. I'm keeping them on their toes, right? I'm pushing back against them. Because I'm the motherfucker that's not going to allow you to spread disinformation and manipulate people against people that are trying to do the right thing and help. Because you guys, I believe you guys are motivated by government money. I think you're being paid to be online trolls, and that's horrible. I mean, not only are you not helping anybody, you are hurting your fellow citizens for what? Your greed, right?
So I could trust him with my future.
Yeah, Kevin will probably just call you a bitch and then laugh.
Yeah. We'll send
Like,
you a fake DoorDash.
and I mean, even if you're a dude, that's exactly what happened to Lick.
So
He was asking him genuine questions on an interview on my
I
channel,
heard it. Yeah.
and he basically called him a bitch and laughed at him. That was your opportunity, buddy. You had an opportunity. He was asking you in good faith. So it is what it is.
I
However it is,
don't believe that.
decides that they need a lawyer to
I don't believe that because just because he says that, this is what they do. They say stuff, but they won't show receipts. They just say stuff. So he says that like the whole boot was asking genuine questions. We'll show it. I doubt that's the case. Yeah. If Tab was calling him a bitch and shit, it's because he probably deserved it. Tab is brutally honest. That's what he is. He's brutally honest. He's the angry vet, so yeah, for a reason, and he's not afraid to tell you how it is. But he's a genuinely good person, more empathetic and more compassionate than any one of these fucking people on this panel right here. Absolutely, probably one of the best people you ever fucking meet.
work with them directly in their state. Then once it goes to the board, then basically the board approves the spending of money. That's what the board of a nonprofit does. It really says how the money's spent. Um, and we'll get it started from there. So we'll have those positions to
Did
do.
you hear? Do you hear her? Navy girl. She's right. Like this is a bad thing. It's just ridiculous. They proved in this video as well why he doesn't. They don't come up as a 501c. They literally showed you in this video why he wouldn't have found him as a 501c yet. When he doesn't show up, they have 27 weeks, to report their tax filing as a 501c. So it's not going to come up yet. They're just trying to get this off the ground. It's not like they've been established or been around for a while. So the fact that these people were all sitting there trying to discredit them and say that they're fake, you gotta open your eyes and realize all these people, they're not dumb, okay? And if they know this stuff, they know this stuff. So they're trying to deceive you. They're trying to deceive everybody. So you pay attention to who's in here. Pay attention to who is saying this stuff, okay?
There's a minimum of 6 positions there. We have 2 paralegal positions open. Um, what else? Web designer, funding and grants director, and a secretary. What I would call a lay secretary. That's somebody that basically answers the phone, keeps paperwork in order, that sort of thing. So those are going to be the first positions that we're going to be looking to fill. We will have a ethics committee. The purpose of the ethics committee is to accept, consider, and determine a plan of action to maintain the good name and reputation of SCARS. Um, and there's a whole process. I'm not going to go through the whole thing.
And I just want to say I've spent an extensive amount of time conversating with both Six Oaks and Tab on the phone in private, and been able to been able to build my own judgment. You know what I mean? If there was anything that they were nefarious or trying to scam anybody, I mean, first off, they would have asked me for money. Second off, if they didn't ask me for money, they would have used my story or my case and exploit it for money. They didn't do either of those things. You understand? So you have to understand. I'm the only one that has mentioned that they're helping me out, right? They don't even want me to mention it, and they're not filing anything legally for me. They are not providing me with legal documents. They're not breaking the law. They're not stupid, okay? And I'm not incapable of doing this stuff myself. But it's hard. You need somebody who has a little bit of knowledge on this stuff, right?
That committee forms in the event of an ethics issue raised either formally or informally and received by really anybody in the board or one of the committees. Um, the committee will be raised. They'll meet within 2 weeks of the ethics complaint being filed. Um, it's a process that we would go through just to make sure that everything's being done the way it should be done. Um,
On board, up
yeah,
above board.
right, exactly. Yeah, so the ethics committee will consist of one board member and one member of each of the other committees. So it's like a 3-person board. None of them can be.
It seems like they're trying to paste these like PayPal donations. There's a different website. I didn't see the actual website really being posted though. Just GoFundMe's and then PayPal's. So I guess the official website's still down. There's not a donate button there, or yeah, I don't know either, guys.
Oh, wait, I want to read this comment that Linda T put out. Vets are in enough pain physically and mentally. I hope the false hope these guys are giving doesn't push
False hope.
someone too far over the edge when it doesn't work
See,
out.
this is ridiculous.
Yes.
That's ridiculous. Okay. Okay. Here, just take my situation. Here I am. I have reached out to the Attorney General, the District Attorney. I've called the FBI. I made a YouTube channel. I have told my story 100 times. Okay. I've reached out to civil rights lawyers. I've reached out to. I had a paid lawyer. I had a public defender. Every one of them have screwed me over, and nobody has reached out to try to help me. Right? There's nothing unless I have a bunch of money to pay a lawyer. In which case, I risk getting screwed over. Very big risk, okay? So, with all that in mind, who do I go to? What do I have to lose, right? Why would I be in a situation where, oh my God, scars gave me false hope, now I'm going to end myself? Are you serious? Do you realize how ridiculous that sounds? Oh, they gave me false hope. You guys are just grasping at straws. This is sad. It's sad. But you are also exposing what kind of people you are, and you're raising the question. Inquiring minds would love to know, what are you doing this for? Why would you do this, right? Okay, this is on Lick the Whole Boots channel. I thought this was on GS's channel. No, I'm on Lick the Whole Boots channel. So that means, who timed me out then, right? I never said anything bad about Lick the Whole Boot, right? Who the hell timed me out, and why? You got Deb Anderson as a mod.
Yes, exactly.
Precisely.
See, that's a go now.
Seems like
Sorry,
they're kind
man,
of walking a real fine line.
we can't take your case. I know you just wasted, 2 years with the VA and you were sick of them. And sorry, we can't help you, dude. So, you got to kind of go start. And what legitimate lawyer would work with the head of it is a convicted felon. The other one is uh, outright practicing law.
Wait, who's the convicted felon? You're calling Tab a convicted felon because of the wiretapping shit? Are you serious? Are you serious? And you're not twisting shit around? Come on.
Without a license. That's just obvious he's done that. What lawyer would?
But he was a practicing lawyer, right? He's retired, but that doesn't mean that he lost all of his knowledge. You understand? A retired lawyer, just because they don't have a license to practice law in a certain state, doesn't mean that you can go around saying they're not a lawyer. They're not a lawyer, like they're scamming people. What are you? What are your qualifications? Right? I guarantee you, all the people like GS has his identity's been out there, so he has to be careful, right? But you got Dummy Kruger, right? I bet you his identity has not been exposed. Whoever this other chick is, Navy Girl, I bet you all these people are anonymous, completely anonymous. So they don't have anything to lose by lying to you.
Work with these people. And if they do get one, I would question his integrity.
Why?
Agree 100%. I mean, you never know. They might get a constitutional law scholar up in there like Chile.
You would question their integrity because why? Because it's too hard to believe that somebody just wants to do something to help people, right? That's too hard to believe. They have to be scamming somebody, right? That's the way you people think because you think in deceptive manners because you are greedy, ignorant people. There are good people in the world, right? But good people can never do what you're doing right now. What you're doing is trying to deceive people, twisting the truth around. Good people can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. I'm incapable of doing that. I'm incapable of bullshitting like that, of bullshitting anybody and lying like that. Manipulating people. For what? For what? What the fuck are you getting out of it? Like, they gotta be paying you guys good or something. Or why would you be able to do this and sleep at night or look yourself in the mirror? Do you even question what you're doing? And you people claim to be religious. Do you question what you're doing if you're going to be judged for it? If you're doing the wrong thing or the right thing? Like, do you? This is crazy to me.
Lido. I'm surprised that
God,
hasn't
help me.
happened yet. I'm surprised they haven't formed together and made a little cool kids club yet. So
Yeah. But doesn't this remind you of that, like when you were little and you'd sit around and let's make a club? Doesn't that make you think like this?
oh yeah, 100%.
No, this stream right here reminds me of a bunch of middle school age children, right? Who laugh at fart jokes. And like the bullies in class who think they're better than everybody, and all they do is spend all their time trying to figure out how they can put other people down and then make the class laugh or something, right? To get attention. They're like attention hogs. You know, That's all they care about, and they talk about putting out good content, good content. Listen, I didn't create my channel to create content. I did it to put the truth out because they were deleting evidence off my phone. I did it to put the truth out. I don't care about creating content for people. I could go 2 months without making a fucking video, or I don't care if everybody that subscribes unsubscribes to me. I don't give a shit. I will never make a penny off my YouTube channel. I vowed to never make a penny off it when I started the damn thing. I started this to get the truth out, and then if I can help people to spread awareness about this sick shit that they do to people, right? The psychological warfare tactics they use, because I wasn't aware of them. I was naive, and I got fooled over and over again. So I feel like I'm obligated to share the knowledge that I've gotten, right? The lessons I've learned, uh, in order to protect people from this deceptive tactics that they're using. Because if you're not aware of it, you're a sitting duck. You know, you don't stand a chance. But if you're aware of it, you have the information, and you understand that people do this, people act this way, people actually go out of their way to deceive people and lie to people for whatever reason, then you can protect yourself against it. You can be aware of it, and you can look out for it. That's why I'm here.
And I mean,
Yep.
just look at the way. So the thing about Tab is he acts exactly like for public safety. They act like like
Like a good person. Like a good person. He's just trying to do the right thing. Yeah. See, and you guys all like you go after the same people. It don't matter. I'm convinced. You're not convincing anybody. I don't think that you guys are actually convincing any real people. I think it's just like everybody in here are just actual paid trolls. I really do think that everybody in here is not stupid. If they're supporting this narrative, it's only because they're being paid to. I truly believe that because anybody with half a brain can look at both sides and look at the whole situation. They can see that Christopher Ruff, J.J. Scarborough, fucking Michael Kaiser, Todd, little Wee-Tawd, right? Oompa Loompa here. They're all corrupt. They're all corrupt, and then they're all attacking the people that they fear, the people that are know the truth, right? And all they do is lie. That's all they do is lie, and they support each other. The liars support each other. But it's so organized that there has to be a a handler, a government handler involved, right? There has to be a government aspect to this, and there has to be a pretty big motivation for everybody to do this too, because they don't care about each other; they only care about themselves. So the fact that they support each other like this, there has to be a massive, you know, motivation to get all these people to do this.
there are these cool kids in high school. They talk about, smacking nerds on the back of the head when in reality, they're just projecting because
So, and this is what they do. It's called mirroring and everything else. But they're literally describing their own lives. They're describing what they do, and they're blaming the target for it because they're uncreative. They're not creative. They can't come up with anything else. They just describe themselves, right? And then just blame other people for it. And they do it louder and to more people. And they are the masters of deception. So you really do have to watch it all. Just watch it all. You'll see. Don't take my word for it. Go watch Tav's videos. Go watch Chris Ryder's videos for public safety. Watch all GS's old streams, right? Watch Dummy Kruger's videos. Watch them all. And anybody who watches them all and has even a quarter of a brain cell can clearly see what the truth is, right? And the truth is Christopher Ruff, direct D, direct douchebag, generally pathetic here, lick the whole boot, um, BZ Watchdog, whoever this Navy girl bitch is, and they're all paid trolls. They have to be because they're all very smart, articulate, and they're all playing the same game, same script, twisting everything around. I just come in because I'm able to, because I can come in and play dumb, and I'm not that established, I'm not that big. These people don't know me, so I can come in and ask the right questions and stir up a stream, right? Because I'm gonna if I can help it, I will do everything I can to stop disinformation and to stop them from manipulating everybody else, right? Stop it. It's my job. I'm the guy that's not going to allow you to fucking do this shit. Oompa, loompa, doompa dee doo. GS has a problem getting on with you. I could make a pretty funny song, but I'm not here for comedy. I'm here to put out the truth. Sorry it's so serious. Why so serious? I can I can I can definitely put out some fucking funny disses about him, but I don't want to stoop to their level, right? Then they will use that against me, and they do. You know, if I make fun of them and I make jokes about them, you know, look what they say about F3, right? And about what is he now? It's Hill Pirate. What do they say about him now? They say that that's all they do is drama, drama, drama. No, they watch people like this, right? And then they speak the truth. You know, in conversation, it's like watching it in awe. What will they do next? You know, it's so unbelievable at the lies and everything else these people say. So they get together and they make fun of you, you know, because you deserve it and because it's easy. You really just do it yourself. You know, we don't even have to say anything or do anything. We just watch you and laugh.
They were the nerds who were getting smacked on the back of the head, right? So,
And if
you
they
come to a
were,
point.
Okay, I'm convinced this chick is probably overweight, ugly, single, can't get a guy. Dummy Kruger is probably the same. Okay, like GS, you know what I mean? They are all that type of person, right? Just like law enforcement, right? Law enforcement are the people that got picked on in high school and now they become cops so they can take it out on everybody else. This is the group we got right here. That is the, you know, that is the recipe for this. You know, people it's just it creates an environment where the only people that want to do those jobs are the people that got picked on in high school, and then they use that and they tunnel that aggression and they take it out on people. They're drunk with power.
if they were doing that, then you're an asshole. That makes you a bully.
Yeah.
It's not the
Ah,
flex
and
you think it is. But
well,
go ahead.
I mean, a little bit of bullying. It's it's important. You know, it's called. I mean, even chickens, even all female.
Listen, there's shaming, and it's important to shame people so that they, you know, shame is what keeps people in line. You shame them if if they're demonstrating behavior and they're doing things they shouldn't be doing, right? And they wouldn't be proud of it, right? They don't want people to know it because they'd be ashamed of it. Then you have to shame them. That's the whole point. And we have to shame our government and expose them if they're doing something they're not supposed to do, right? So when we do that, you get people like this who get online and they do these streams like this, like they're getting paid, and they just do it right back, but they do it in a sick way. Like they attack your, you know, they attack things you can't control. They call you scum. They call you crazy, right? And then they make fun of you. Oh, you're not qualified. You're not qualified. Like, you know what I mean? It's just sick. It's sad. They, you know, just get get a hobby. Get something else to do. Quit attacking people's character and people's credibility. For what? You know, what are you getting out of it?
Chickens have a pecking order. It's important.
I know. I hate
Just a
bullies, though.
little, but a little bit. I mean, it makes you strong. You know.
Yeah.
I
Uh,
I mean,
I'm just
if
saying.
my military friends don't pick on me just a little bit, I don't think they like me.
You see, GS, he wants to be the strongest Oompa Loompa there is. So, it's important to pick on your fellow Oompa Loompas, right? But don't fuck with Willy Wonka.
Well,
So
that's different.
I'm guessing
That's different.
some of those channels out there love me a whole lot.
Oh, no, there's a lot of channels that I've noticed they really love UGS.
Listen,
Like they
absolutely. I mean, I love what you makes me laugh, dude. You make me laugh. It's free content, you know. As a person, I think you're a horrible piece of shit, an evil, downright nasty, deceptive piece of shit. As a person, like I just believe that as a person, you know, that you don't have a heart, that you're a heartless prick, you know, and that you're very vindictive and spiteful, as just as a person, you know, because I've criticized which you told me to. You told me, you know, call me out if I'm doing something that you don't think I should be doing. Call me out. You said, and I'll either own it or I won't. And I did that, and I'm crazy. That's it. That's all you can say is I'm crazy and I'm a troll. And then you try to get people not to listen to me. GS. You know, I've tried to. Can't you let stuff go? Like it was criticism. It wasn't anything personal. But now, like you take it personally. I couldn't tell you how many times I have gotten blocked and from your chat, and hidden from your channel several times for not saying anything at all. So what gives? Why do you do that, right? So you, sir, are the one who tries to control the information, to control the narrative. That's all you do.
They are
You're very
obsessed with it.
popular.
Very
Oh,
popular.
I'm well loved. Yes, yes. I'm like a
Yeah.
When they
But
well-used
anyways,
dog, well-used dog for toy.
I'm just saying, I know Jess is a vet. I think there's a few vets
Everybody loves a villain, right?
in the chat. Isn't Benghazi a vet?
Mm-mm. No,
He's not a vet. I thought he was a vet.
nope.
Anyways,
He's got a lot of connections. So
but I'm just saying, any vet, that has, I don't know how to say this. The process in and of itself is very frustrating. It's very time consuming, and it requires a lot of patience. And people get disheartened and they get rejected, and they think, and sometimes they tell you you may get rejected, you got to refile. It's a very frustrating process. Should it be like that? No. I agree, and that's why there's such great organizations out there that walk you through the process. These fools,
Is she talking about getting veteran benefits? Is that what she's talking about? Because that's not what SCARS is all about. Like, SCARS is just about helping any veterans in need of legal assistance that don't have anywhere to turn, they don't have the money or the resources, right? They just want to help veterans. They don't have to be, it doesn't have to be with their, with applying for veteran assistance or veteran aid or trying to get, get the disability or whatever. I, I don't think I could be wrong, but I don't think that's what their focus is on. And if that's what you're trying to do, then she's not wrong. There are plenty. I mean, there's plenty of fucking blood sucking lawyers that would love to take your case and help you out, right? And they got the connections and they'll get you your money because they're going to take a bunch of your money. That's why they'll help you. That's why it's not a problem. What Scars is doing is they're trying to fill a void where there's a demand and there's a lot of vets who need help and there's nowhere to turn. Nowhere to turn, right? Nobody will help you. The government won't help us. There's no help for anybody, and you're just getting shit on by the country that we swore an oath to protect and defend. So that's what they're doing. So they're just trying to twist the narrative around.
what is your qualifications? And then you are going to waste somebody's time that they could have been working with a legitimate.
Oh God, oh
I
God.
know it's frustrating.
What are you talking about?
Like, I
Like I
mean, I
said, I
don't
know, I
know,
know,
but you get what I mean.
we joke around and poke fun and fuck with each other, and that's great and that's fine. This this breaks my heart because
What?
people are going to get fucked over.
What a fucking such a bad actress. This breaks my heart because people are getting nobody's getting fucked over, bitch. You are trying to fuck people over. This does not break your heart. It breaks your heart. Why? Because some fucking greedy lawyer isn't gonna be able to rob these people of their money. You know what I mean? It's a,
Hopefully right now all it is just the He-Man Woman Haters Club talk. We're a big deal and we're doing all this, and they're lying about having applicants and all of that. Maybe they are, maybe if they are not lying and they have people who have applied for help.
yeah, yeah, they
well, the
do.
biggest irony of it is if indeed and in fact they do have
Yeah,
40 applications already lined up.
yeah,
It's kind of putting the cart a little bit before the horse because according to the Give Send Go, they've got $820 out of 20K requested for startup funds.
Right.
And listen, I guess he's got it like
How do you start a nonprofit? You have no profit, non-profit, right? And usually you don't have a bunch of money to start one with, right? I mean, usually you got to start somewhere. Okay, in order to get any grants or funding, right? You're gonna have to show that you're serious. You're gonna show that you actually have some stuff set up, right? I mean, you would have to show a need for the demand for your nonprofit. First and foremost, I would think common sense says you're gonna have to show and say, hey, look, we're applying for this because We have all these people in need, and we want to do this for them, and we want to do it, and then you present it and you apply for a grant or funding or whatever, and that's how pro nonprofits work. So no, they're not putting the fucking carriage before the horse. GS, you're a moron.
like that. He's got some of daddy's money, I guess, allegedly in Minecraft. But it's a little weird. And when he says, and when he makes mention of having a Scars credit card, I have to ask if all these memberships that he's giving, all like 50 at a time. I think he gave 150 memberships to official misconduct at one live like 3 or 4 months ago.
He
And
gave 50 to Shiz last night.
yeah, he'll do like 50 and then do it 3 times. Like, I mean, I'm just like,
I seem to remember him giving you a couple hundred. GS, did he not give you a couple hundred memberships? GS, before Scars was even thought of. I seem to remember that. Then you got exposed, and he canceled them and took them back. And you lost a bunch of subs right off the bat because he found out you got exposed. He discovered that you're a rat. You're the rat, right? You're the fucking rat.
and
Yeah.
listen, I'm not trying to hate on the guy. I'm really not. Maybe
No,
he does.
yeah.
Maybe he made some good moves. Maybe he's got daddy's money. Maybe it is legit. But if he's putting that on a credit card that he plans on doing bank or declaring bankruptcy at some point in time, that could be money laundering. That could be fraud. That could be embezzlement. I mean, that could be any number of situations. So
It
anyway,
could be. I have no idea. All I
yeah,
care about is that a veteran doesn't.
This sounds like cops. What they do, they cop splain. They're like, well, listen, just make sure you don't do this and don't do that. It's like, yeah, we know, we understand the risks involved. You know, don't eat no yellow snow. Don't swim after you eat. Don't cross at the crosswalks, all that good stuff, right? Look both ways, wait for the light. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Shut up, GS. Seriously.
Get screwed over. I don't want anybody to get screwed over.
yeah. So I'm just saying
But
this. And listen, I'm not
Yeah, you do. You obviously want the Angry Vet and Six Oaks to get screwed over. That's what you want. You want to screw them over. That's what you're trying to do.
making any claims. I'm just throwing out
yeah,
questions. I got thoughts on my mind. I'm not a lawyer. I don't pretend to be one. I'm not making any spurious or felonious claims against them. I don't know.
right.
I'm just asking questions. It would seem to
Yeah,
me that, as you said rightly earlier,
I'm GS. I don't take a stand on anything. I'm just in the middle, right? I just say stuff that just insinuates that people are pieces. I don't ever actually take a stand because I don't want to actually like have a spine or be held accountable or. I just want to sit back and stir the fucking pot.
he's got a beef with the VA. Now
yes,
that could either make him a very, very good advocate, or it could make him persona non grata. So yeah.
right. And at the end of the day, the number one question is what qualifies you to tell a veteran what they need or don't need?
That's interesting. She says that at the end of the day, the most important question is what qualifies you. That's funny because right now I learned that there's a whole bunch of residential treatment facilities, right? And they're not like court sanctioned detention centers. These are residential treatment facilities where they're putting our kids, right? Where the courts are using court authority to put our kids in placement. Now, there's a difference between a regular detention center and a residential treatment facility. A residential treatment facility is a privately owned non-profit, okay? Whereas a detention center, their staffed, their employees are all trained, certified to do their job, right? They have to be. They have to be to even get a job there. So, and I just learned this, right? But they're raking in fucking dough. They're raking in a ton of money, just funneling kids through these privately owned residential treatment centers. And you know what? Your qualifications have to be a counselor there, right? To be able to determine whether a child is recovered or not, or as far as their counseling goes and drug and alcohol treatment. Nothing. You don't have to have any fucking qualifications at all. Zero. because it's privately owned. There's no regulation, there's no oversight at all. They're a privately owned company. You understand? So why don't you worry about, like, I think veterans have already established that they're big boys, right? Veterans can handle themselves. They know the risks involved. You didn't got to worry about the vets. You didn't. Nobody cares about the veterans before. Why do you all of a sudden care now, right? Why don't you worry about our kids? Like why doesn't people focus on our kids, where they're absolutely these governmental agencies are funneling our kids, trafficking our kids for money, for profit, and it's so obvious, it's sickening. And then what are they finding out? That sexual abuse in these facilities is like an epidemic. It's running rampant through these facilities. And why has that happened? Because there's no regulation, there's no oversight. They're allowed to establish an environment for a kid where they're in a dangerous situation where only bad things can happen to them, and it's all for money. Do you understand? That's a problem. That's what people should be focusing on if they want to go after a non-profit organization, right? Why don't you try that? Why don't you try going after a non-profit that rakes in fucking bank? I mean, just hundreds of thousands of dollars a year easily in profit. They hide it through different LLCs and everything. That's money laundering. And why don't you go after one of these places that's established that they're scamming people, that they're hurting people, that they're doing bad things? There's plenty of them to go after. Take your pick.
And being a veteran doesn't count. It's a very complicated system. And I don't mean that because I do think he's an idiot, but you know what I'm saying. It's a
I get what
very
you're saying.
complicated system. I'm sorry I keep going on and on, but I've had enough. I'm at my breaking point.
I think the people should see an actual vet and get their opinion on the way that they feel about this. Here's the thing, Navy girl. I can cover this until I'm blue in the face. I am
Right,
non-military. I am not a vet. So as shitty as I might think this is, or as bad as I may think this looks, I'm still not going to be affected the same way that people like you and GS will, because it means this little something different just by design.
right,
So
right.
there's nothing wrong with you going on about this and the way you feel, because I think that unlike me, you and GS will probably be a lot closer to the way that most vets feel versus than me just spouting off about it. I mean, I might get around the area, but I don't like to play horseshoe and hand grenades if I don't have to. You know what I mean?
Now, I spent quite a bit of time on this stream, and they all addressed me. Every one of them addressed me over and over and over again. And so it's established. They all established that I am a veteran in need of legal help. Right? You won't see any one of these people. I even said, I wish Dummy Kruger would look into my case. That would be great if he would look into my case. There's so much corruption in my county by law enforcement and my local courts that it's sickening. And that's all I need is somebody to look into it, right? Like to somebody like Dummy Kruger. How much you want to bet they don't fucking look at it at all? I bet you nobody looks at it. Nobody. KFAR was in here. KFAR says, "Oh, send me, go look at my channel, KFAR. I don't have to send you shit. Look at it. Just look at it. There's 700 fucking videos on my channel. Take a look, buddy. If you cared, you'd go and take a look. It's not that hard. You know what I mean? They want to present themselves as if they care or they're doing something. They don't give a shit. They they just want to create the optics, right? The optics that they care, and it breaks their heart, and on all that shit. They don't fucking care, or else they would be doing something. They're actively doing. They're part of the problem. They are part of the problem. Period.
I mean,
Sure, sure, sure. I appreciate you covering this. And we joke around and we poke fun at Ryder and we poke fun at Tap and all of that stuff. But at the end of the day, I appreciate you covering this stuff. And I've really not said much except I think it's bullshit. But just listening to these two fools today, I lost it. I just lost it because the thought, I don't care if it's one veteran doesn't get the help that they need in the proper time, that's not okay.
yeah. Well, when it comes to Ryder and Tav, the reason why I cover them, and I know they're listening right now, You
Uh-huh.
both came to me. You both came on my channel, and you both made threats to me, both
Yeah.
individually at different times. But that's why I cover you guys. You guys want to
Yeah.
threaten me? I'm not going to threaten you back, but I will show people the threats you make. And
No, that's not why you cover them. Not at all. They went to your channel and did that. If whatever they did, they went to your channel and did it because you were covering them, because you were spreading lies and disinformation about them. Let's get that straight.
I will make fun of you until the sun goes down. Because, in my opinion, y'all didn't get disciplined enough when you were kids. And this is really what needs to happen to both of y'all.
Oh, my Lord!
Somebody should have done this
Calm
a long time
down!
ago, and I'm gonna do it.
Dad, what are you doing?
You have to learn there are consequences for your actions. Get
Dad! Robert! Oh!
Dad, this is not the answer. You're next, mister. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
Certain
Get off me! Stop it!
behaviors will not be tolerated.
I love that movie.
That's the way I look at it, when he wants to sit here and make threats about finding me and
Douchebag was over on another douchebag's channel who was also using other governmental accountability specialists' names for clout. Yeah, I'm talking about you, lick the whole boot. One of these days, let me find out who the you are. Let me find out who the fuck you are. So you can find out, like Ruff's gonna find out.
just more.
I've never seen that.
Yeah.
That was good, Larry.
Yeah, they're spicy
Holy
ones.
shit.
Yep, they're spicy little squirts, aren't they?
And that shows you that is not a person that is mentally stable. That words on
What? That's not a person who's mentally stable. You have attacked everything they're trying to do. You've spread disinformation and tried to put a brick wall up against everything that they're trying to do to help people. No, I'm surprised he didn't go a lot harder. And you have to be aware that your actions have consequences, and you guys are acting. He's letting you know there are consequences. There's some people that don't care about the law. They don't give a shit about the law. They're just gonna take. They're just gonna show you, give you what you deserve. They don't give two shits about the consequences of the law. Right? You do understand that, right? It's a lot of people in this world like that.
the internet drive them to that point.
Skinny green puppies, it's so awesome.
It's not just stuff on the internet. See, what these people fail to understand is that the internet is everybody has access to the internet, and the internet is used for everything nowadays, right? Everybody uses the internet for every purpose. This isn't just your little playground to come on and make fun of people. If you wouldn't do it in real life, right, then you shouldn't do it on here where you're anonymous. That's not right. What? So then, if you have a mask and you're anonymous, you can just go commit crimes? No. If it's wrong, period, and you would be ashamed to do it in real life, then you shouldn't be doing it on the internet. Period. You guys want to separate the two, and you want to be like, oh, well, because somebody says something about you on the internet, you want to go all crazy. Well, maybe he's just on the internet, right? It's not real life, right? So you contradict yourselves too.
Odd that you're to message me. I literally thought of your account whenever I saw that filter option. That's funny. Okay.
But you see what I'm saying? That's somebody you want to trust with your legal or medical or whatever future. Somebody who gets so upset that he's gonna threaten somebody. You and Chris. I'm not worried about you and Chris. You guys stick up for yourself. You're big boys. But over words on the
No, you're anonymous is what you are. They're not worried about you because you're anonymous. So you think you can hide behind your keyboard and your little fucking chihuahua there. And Navy Girl, you can hide behind your fucking teddy bear because you're anonymous. So that's why you're not worried about anything. These people are doing it knowing that their identities are out there, right? And they have something to lose. That should tell you. That should make you pause next before you go out and try to lie about them in the future. Before you try to lie about them next time, that should give you pause first before you open your fucking mouth.
Internet.
Yeah. What happens if someone's unhappy with the way that they're handling their case and they want to give them
Right.
their opinion? What are they going to do? Are they going to turn around and take their personal information and do some
Oh,
underhanded shit with it? I mean, what?
You know what? I'm really unhappy about how John Messina handled my case. He acted unethically and unmorally, absolutely, and actually it was misconduct. I mean, it was what he did as a lawyer. He knew better. I learned later on that what he did was wrong, but I learned that he knew that, and he still did it. Right? I don't know why. His motivation. It's like retaliation, but I didn't do anything to these people, so I can only assume that they're all being paid, that they all are collaborating together to do it, right? And it's everybody that works for the Cambria County, everybody that's employed under the judicial branch of Cambria County, every judicial agency of Cambria County, probation, juvenile probation, the courts, the judges, the public defenders, the district attorney's office, the sheriff's office, and then all the local law enforcement and first responders. They're all in the same fucking good old boy group. The only people that have not come after me, and this is crazy, but the only people that have not come after me is Children and Youth Services, Child Protective Services. It's the only one I have not had to deal with. They have not come after me. There's some reason for that. They don't want them involved for some reason. For some reason, they do not want there to be a CYS case in my because they've fudged records. They've committed crimes when it comes to my identity and things in related to official court documents related to me. They've absolutely committed crimes. I've been alleging that for years. So I'm guessing that CYS that there's people that would then join the game. There's people that would then be looking at this stuff if CYS was involved or if Child Protective Services was involved. And I think that's why they have avoided like they've gone above and beyond to actually commit criminal misconduct to avoid reporting anything to CPS. Multiple people have done this. Multiple. There's been several situations where I just assumed that they would be called, that I'd be contacted to be a CYS mandated call, for different things in the last 4 or 5 years. But no, nothing. I even asked the chief of police about an incident. They ignored, my 14-year-old daughter who was furnished alcohol to and taken to a party and then was put with these other little kids with alcohol, left alone. And then I was assaulted while I was on the phone with 911. While on the phone with 911, and then the cop responded to it. 2 cops in Patton. They ignored it all. They ignored all of it. And I asked him on the phone about Children and Youth Services, CPS, about calling. Specifically about calling CPS. And he said, I don't get involved in family matters. That's what the chief of police said. That's what the chief of police said to me. I even reported the incident to the school. What happened? Because I told him that if the cop comes out, he's not allowed to talk to my daughter or interrogate my daughter without my consent or my presence, right? And so they knew about a situation, right? Either way, it happened outside of school, but I made them aware of it. Did they report it to CYS? No. There's multiple people in mandated reporting positions that actively avoided reporting it to CYS. I don't know why. I do not know why. Because everybody else in that building, the Department of Human Services building in Evansburg on Candlelight Drive in Evansburg, Pennsylvania, every other fucking department in that building, except for behavioral health and Children and Youth Services, everyone else in that fucking building has it out for me and has had a part in my targeting. I don't know why CYS has not gotten involved. Probably, maybe because they don't want to participate in the targeting, because then they're the ones that would get, they'd get thrown under the bus first. Like, I've had CYS on, reports, false reports in the past, and every single time it's been not unfounded, unfounded reports. So, The only founded report there was there was my daughter was a victim of a sexual assault. She's a sexual assault victim. Okay, my son was a victim of assault by another student in school. CYS never got involved in that. But is that why they don't want involved? Because these are actually on their record, and they don't want people to look into these things and bring them up. Because then victim services would be looking into it, and then they'd have all these eyes on it. Because there's a whole bunch of people breaking the fucking law, and I have proof of it, and I've been saying it for 4 years. Nobody will do anything. These people, they have an opportunity to look at it, right? They say in this stream, like, if you legitimately have a problem, I'll look into it or whatever. We'll see. We'll see, won't we?
What are
Oh,
we talking about here?
shit, that was another point. An important point I was going to bring up. Oh shit, I just lost it. What did you say?
I said, let's say that you
Oh,
go to them
oh,
and
I
they're
got it.
handling your case in a way you don't like.
Yeah.
What's going to happen if you guys get into disagreement?
Whoever this Six Oaks Farm, David, whoever he is, had said just before you paused it, you don't have to pay for services. Well, we know that's an outright lie. Annapolis Audits, Terry said, I still owe him money for a case. You know what I mean? He had a fucking price list. Angry Bet, Kevin went up on a fucking live stream and was complaining that people weren't paying him well enough. Not him, but the Six Oaks. So what are you talking about? You don't ask people for money.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? And you're right.
Now, I don't know the details behind that. All I know is that I did hear say something about Annapolis Audits admitting to still owing him money, but that's all I heard. So as far as I know, Annapolis Audits could have went to him and said, "Hey, I will give you money if you do this," or whatever. Or he would have said, "Listen, I want to give you money for helping me," or whatever. You know what I mean? The price list. I don't know the details. I do not know the details. That's all I know about that. But I also know for a fact that I reached out to them. I didn't even want to push it, like push asking for help or anything. But they reached out to me. They chose to help me anyway, and then provided things with me. They've never once mentioned anything about money whatsoever, at all, because they know that I'm in a position I don't have any money. They wouldn't have offered to help me. If they expected money, they know I don't have any money because I'm being targeted, right? And KFAR is going to come on here and mention. So he's going to reveal that they know about my situation already. Okay, they act like they don't know me here. It's coming up here. Let's just continue here. Watch.
Dummy Kruger sent him that donation, and how did he respond? Not thank you. Here's the information you're asking for. He went on a live stream and talked shit about him. What if he was wrong? What if that person was serious?
Yeah, what if Dummy Kruger was acting as a paragon or as a liaison between himself and a real vet that wanted help?
Right. The what ifs are catastrophic.
Hell, what if Dummy Kruger is a vet himself? I don't know.
Exactly. I don't know him.
Yeah, I don't know.
He seems like an awesome guy, but I don't know him.
I wouldn't want him digging in my ass. Actually, I am kind of curious when the last time I had a speeding ticket was.
Wait. It's not just me, right? Tell me is that not Dummy Kruger right there? Or is that just his doppelganger? It sounds exactly like him. I mean, I just assumed that was Dummy Kruger right there, the Toyota Terrier or whatever. I mean, it's his voice, right? It's not just me, right? They're acting like he's not right there in the chat or on the panel.
I've been asking JJ to do a what do you call it, like a report on me, but I still don't think he's done it yet. JJ, when's the last time I had a speeding ticket, JJ? Inquiring minds want to know.
No idea. I'm not pulling your background.
Yeah, I've given you consent. Oh, that's all right.
I got one in 1995.
See, I've got women in their memories, dude. I don't remember crap. I can't remember what I did last week.
I'm
All
a
right, you guys ready to
criminal.
hop back in?
Yep.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get it done.
In the complaint, then they determine the veracity of the complaint by a recorded vote. And if and whether it's well founded or not, and then they basically come up with a plan of action, how they want to proceed with it. From there, it goes to the board for approval. And if the board has any changes or additions or subtractions, then it goes back to the committee. The committee's reformed. They go over whatever the recommendations are, if there are any, and then back to the board for action.
Yeah, and that's what should have happened with the last incident, but somebody didn't want to play by the rules.
Well, yeah, whatever. It's neither here nor there. But anyway, so like I said, once we get the website back up, all of this stuff, the bylaws and all the stuff that I've spoken about, will be posted on there as well. So, and you have to keep in mind too, it's mostly just me here in the background doing this stuff, and Kevin, and we're blessed to have Nikki on board as well too, and BCO is going to be joining us shortly. And
Who?
So it's going to get better.
The plot thickens.
Whoa, wait. What did he just say?
He said we're pleased to have Nikki on board. Now, Nikki is an asset. I will give you that. She's really good at thing. Nikki is she used to be my, I guess, lead mod when I first started on StreamYards a little bit. She kind of helped. I'd given her admin privileges on StreamYards. Didn't realize that I.
And what happened, right? She found out who you are, GS. That's what happened, right? Let's hear what your excuse is, though.
I had, and then it became kind of awkward for me to. Luckily, she started a different job and said she couldn't mod for me anymore, so I was able to remove it. She could have like deleted my whole.
Sure. Wait, though, did he say BZ Watchdog?
Wait a second. So your mods are like your employees? Will you like pay them or what? Is that what you're saying? Like, she started a different job. Is it so you're saying that your mods are actually like your paid employees? That makes a lot more sense than why they all fucking. That's why they all fucking lick your boots, and they do whatever whatever you say. They just repeat the same fucking thing. They parrot it, and they block me if I say anything that would go against your narrative, right? So, and what's this now? For public safety 2 is not for public safety, right? I'm walking kind of funny today. I drank a bit too much last night and ended up out in the field naked. So that's, what, is that them or is that Chris Ruff or whatever? Like, it's just fucking trolling. They're like middle school kids, I'm telling you. They're like middle school fucking children.
I didn't hear BZ Watchdog, but I definitely heard Nikki.
Right after Nikki, I thought he said BZ.
I think he said BCO Observer.
Oh, okay.
BTO or B?
BC, like Bravo, Charlie, Oscar.
British Columbia Observer or something like that. Interesting. Yeah. I don't know what BCO stands for. Anyway.
I'm not answering.
I'm sorry, but that is absolutely dummy Kruger.
Fine. You know what I mean? At this point, like I say, everything right now is going through applications. And applications are closed at the minute. They'll be open, once we get the website back up in probably, like I say, probably about another 2 weeks.
Oh my God.
So they're doing a donation drive, and they.
Oh my God. Let me sigh real heavy, like, oh my God, like this is so. Oh my God. I fucking hate people like this. I don't hate anybody, but I strongly dislike people like that. They just live to see other people fail and to talk negatively about everybody else because it makes them feel better about themselves.
Don't even have the website back up and running.
And they have applications waiting. They're just sitting there. These people are just thinking that these people are. Oh my God.
Well, I mean, I would.
Oh my god. Yeah, because whenever I needed help, I reach out to as many people as I can. So I would fill out several applications. When you're looking for a job, you fill out several applications and you put them out. It's not like everybody's just sitting there waiting. Just oh my god, I hope Scars helps me. If not, I'm screwed, right? That's not how normal people think. So quit acting like they're screwing people over. All right, Navy girl, it's getting old, right? Oh my god is making me go, oh my god, it's getting fucking old.
I would say if you're gonna have a donation drive, even if they didn't give the EIA a number, they would at least have the official website to make the donations through. Like they would stay consistent on that instead of splitting it up through
Right.
3 or 4 different types of links, whether it's PayPal, GoFundMe. I mean, not a very good look in my opinion.
Well, they know what happened with the original website. They're not mentioning that though, right? It got sabotaged by an Apple's audit, right? He had the admin access to it and he sabotaged the website, right? So they have to create an entire new website. But at the same time, they have to make sure that other website isn't going to be able to be operating. So I don't know the details of it, but you guys know this too. So the fact that you're absconding from that, you're obfuscating from that, is just goes to show how deceptive you are.
Not at all.
We got Targeted
And
Patton in the chat. He's one of those subversive types for Chris Ryder. What's up, Targeted Patton? Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm going over the things here again.
And taints beware too. Taints.
He
Somebody
said,
stole
"Sorry,
my
guys.
channel name."
I'm very, very heavily modding my chat and making sure only certain comments get through the filter. That way it keeps the narrative nice and pristine."
Oh, okay, so this is lick the whole boot. That is lick the whole boot. So lick the whole boot is Dummy Kruger. Is that what I'm getting here? Because I'm on somebody's stream. Whose stream is this? It says lick the whole boot stream. That's whose video this is. So here, let's subscribe to him, right? Might as well lick that whole boot, right? I'll give him a sub. But I'm guessing that okay, so lick the whole boot must be Dummy Kruger. Because it's not JGS, it's not Navy Girl, right? And it's not JJ. Where's JJ been anyway? JJ hasn't even said a word this entire time. But it's funny that Dummy Kruger here, whatever, said about he's modding the chat to control the narrative because they he's about to, right?
Targeted Patton, it's not. Oh my gosh, they're not even a nonprofit yet.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
They're not a 501c3. They shouldn't be asking for applications. They shouldn't be doing any of this until all that is on the ground. They shouldn't be taking applications.
It's a free country. I could take applications if I want to.
We got some trolls, dude.
You know what I mean? Like who are you to
Jesus.
say that somebody can't take
You see
applications for something?
the gay guy activism ILC.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, that's cute.
Oh, are they helping you, Targeted Patton? Really? Okay. Good luck with that. Be careful.
I've had conversations with you, dude. They're not qualified to help you. No, I don't know if anyone's qualified but God.
Targeted Patton, tell me one qualification these people have to help you. I'm sincerely interested. One qualification that they have to help you. Are you a veteran? Are they helping you with a VA?
So I would just say they're willing. They're willing to help. That's so far that beats out every other fucking person that I've gone to. Nobody else is willing to help. How about that?
VA claim? Are you a veteran? If you're not a veteran, then I don't know what to say. But if you're a veteran and you say there's no one willing to help, okay, have you ever gone to the DAV, Wounded Warriors, checked your local community for VA, for veteran services?
Could you guys keep talking? I have to pee like a racehorse. Be right
Go
back.
for it.
Yeah, what veteran agency do I go to about government corruption and about police misconduct and like civil rights? Where do I go for that? What point me in the right governmental agency or nonprofit organization that's veteran affiliated that I go to for that? Please help me out there.
Enjoy yourself.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
understand that they're not, there's no lawyers in this. That guy's not a lawyer.
Good. Thank
Yeah, you're in
God.
need of legal help, and you got to.
I don't trust these fucking lawyers. I've already gotten screwed over by two of them. Right? And I don't trust any of them. They all talk to each other. They're all in the same fucking little group. I paid one of them, and they screwed me over. So that's to me, that's a qualification. That's a very important qualification that he's not a lawyer, right?
A gentleman that, from my understanding, is practicing law and giving legal advice, or alleging that he practices law, and has been caught giving legal advice for fees across state lines.
Okay, what exactly is the definition of legal advice? Okay? Because we all are subject to the law. Therefore, any advice somebody gives you, right? You know, to to help you in in your journey to not break the law, right? Or in your journey to stay. You know what I mean? Like any advice anybody gives you that's counter to breaking that, other than breaking the law, is legal advice, right? If they give you any advice to help you prevent from getting in trouble or whatever, would that not be legal advice? So legal advice, I believe that law was created by the same group of people, right? So that they can control the whole fucking narrative, right? They don't want regular people learning their rights and learning the law. So they had to come up with something to keep them out, right? We can't let them fucking have a say in our secret little club we call a courtroom. So we gotta make a law that says you're not allowed to give legal advice, right? It's just like the fucking the power to choose your treatment, right? We couldn't even choose to get proper healthcare treatment if we wanted to, unless the United States said so. Until that was passed recently, the right to choose, right? The right to choose your treatment is a big deal, right? So you can choose to take risks and choose. It's your healthcare. You can choose to take a risk if there's a procedure or a certain method of treatment that's not been proven yet. It is a free country. You have the right to choose. So you can take your legal advice law and shove it up your ass. How about that?
Lines.
Yeah.
From what I
I'll tell
understand,
you this.
I don't know if that's RICO or not, but yeah, that's definitely FBI.
If you have if you need legal help and you've reached out to other attorneys and they're not willing to help you, it may be because you don't have a legitimate case.
No, but I've not only reached out to them, I've been screwed over by them because I have a legitimate case. I've been screwed over by them because I have a case and they know it. So that is why these lawyers have screwed me over, to protect the other side. Do you understand? The good old boy gang. Because my legal case is against the actual establishment, right? The law enforcement or the judicial agency that is targeting me. Don't you get it?
I don't know. But if it's in regards to the VA,
Why don't you look into my channel and take a look? Just take a peek. Watch a couple videos, take a peek, right? And then try to deny some of the fucking shit. Some of the shit that I've uncovered, some of the proof that I have, some of the absolute proof and evidence I have uncovered, even the stuff that I haven't all out proved, but I've alleged. I'm waiting for somebody to say, hey, about this, let me see this or that. You know, challenge me on it. Come on, please. I would love that.
Don't go, these people aren't, please tell me how they're qualified. Because no one else will help you is not a legitimate answer. I'm not trying to be an asshole.
Oh, it absolutely is a legitimate answer. It absolutely is. I don't see any other, other motivation or agenda, right? They could compromise them, and they could absolutely actually help me because they've only shown that they're trying to help because they just want to help, right? Because they're good people, want to help. I have not seen any piece of evidence whatsoever to even suggest to me that they aren't sincere. They aren't genuine and sincere about what they're talking about. In fact, I see a bunch of people attacking them without zero receipts or zero evidence to even support what they're saying. So that just tells me even more that they're absolutely genuine. They're good people. You know what I mean? You wanna keep going here?
To you, I'm just saying, they are not qualified to help you, and they're not going to be able to help you.
I'm just saying they've already helped me. I've
Okay,
told
you
you
have a
that they've
case. Good luck
already
with you.
helped me.
Good luck.
They've already
I
helped me.
really, really hope that you are not.
You guys are saying that they're scamming people. They're not going to be able to help anybody. I'm telling you, they've already helped me. Haven't charged me a penny. You guys are lying. That's what I'm saying here. Don't tell me. I'm telling you.
Counting on them to help you with any VA claims. I just really hope that, because that's just scary.
I don't think that anybody's actually counting on them to help them with VA claims because, like I said, there's an army of fucking lawyers lined up waiting, like freaking parasites, to help anybody with VA claims, right? So let's just get that straight. SCARS is servicemen and women and citizens rights against or what's it stand for? Servicemen and citizens advocating for the rights of yes. Either way, it's for service members and for citizens. For American rights. That's what it is. So it's just for our rights. It's for our rights. It's not for VA claims. Okay. It's people that have had their rights violated. That happen to be citizens or service members. Anybody that have had their rights violated. They just take focus on veterans because they are veterans. So you guys try to twist it around.
Sorry.
Yeah, well, we don't want to give off the wrong impression.
So I just have to say this: they did twist it and try to make it seem like they're trying to help people with their medical stuff. That's not the case whatsoever. Like I'm not going to go to a mechanic, if I got Crohn's disease or irritable bowel syndrome. I'm not retarded. Okay, so quit twisting it around, just trying to paint the narrative. Is that what you have to do to get paid or what? I'm just wondering. Because that would make sense then.
We want the vets to get the help that they need and that they deserve. We just don't want them contributing or to seek it through the wrong place. That's going to hurt them more in the long run than help them.
Yeah. If you have if your problem is a VA claim, there's so many. It's a frustrating process, but I just get over it. Why are you so against people helping people?
He's gonna
Oh,
gaslight you,
God.
Navy. He's a gaslighter.
Yeah, I'm done.
He's a muppet.
Freddie had a question. Can you donate using a routing number?
See what they do. So whenever you make sense, then they're just, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with this. I'm a muppet. I'm just a gaslighter and a muppet. I just asked them a simple fucking question. What is so against some people helping some people? That's all this is. Like, you guys are fucking crazy.
And bank account number.
Yeah. I'm a muppet and GS is an Oompa Loompa. Oompa, Loompa, Doompa Dee Doo. I've got another puzzle for you. Let's pick GS's nose here.
Like a check. Well, what is
Well,
he?
he's talking about
Not
going.
ours. They
Yeah.
don't need our routing number because they're all linked and all already to the links.
No.
Unless
He means like it's like when you click on like Clover or whatever.
like a direct deposit.
Yeah, right. Rather than put in a credit card number, can they put in account and routing number?
I think I would have to ask the bank lady that. I can call her first thing tomorrow and find out.
How does he
I'm
not
sure
know that
about
already?
myself, to be honest with you. I know, obviously credit cards, but
Oh, here we go.
otherwise I'm not sure.
Oh, the actual legit for public safety, huh?
So,
If any of
but
Kaiser
we'll work on
Stamps
that.
want to donate,
And
Hey, look, guys, Ryder's never gonna say my name on his main channel because it gets under his panties the fact that he was dumb enough to try to come at me on my own channel, and that it's done nothing but just help grow my channel, because all he did was just piss me off to where I'm like, all right, I'll expose you along with everyone else then, bud, if that's how you want to be. I gave him the chance to be good faith. I gave him the chance to, kind of be, I guess you could say, buddies, but he wanted to run his mouth. He wanted to be an asshole. So now this is where he is. The same way how Ruff told him, if you keep picking at me, I'm going to make you my muse. And he didn't listen. He kept going. And look at what's going on right now. But you got to understand, right?
So you guys are spiteful and vindictive, and you don't like what they said. You say it like, oh, he came after you, and nobody can say anything about you, right, or criticize you at all, or else that's it. You're gonna destroy them, right? And then it's okay, it's justified because you don't like what they said. But that's all you guys do is talk shit on people and criticize them and lie about them and twist the truth around. That's all you do. You see how hypocritical you don't get it? The whole fucking thing is hypocritical. You contradict everything you're saying here.
Writers, that not everyone's like you, to where they just give empty threats and they say stuff to make a good story. Some people, when you mess with them and they say, hey, stop messing with me, or this is going to happen, some people, when you mess with them, they actually follow up on what they say is going to happen.
Yeah, I will say, yeah, some people do. Some people do. I have made very minimal, next to nothing, threats against anybody or warned anybody about consequences. That the amount of stuff that people have done to me, I'm not going to tell them what I'm going to do. I'm not going to warn them. I don't need to do that. They should already understand the consequences when they come at me. And I have put it out there a little bit, like, listen, told these people targeting me, you're creating a monster. Are you sure you want, I'm not doing everything I could be doing. I'm practicing restraint. They don't understand that. They think that there's nothing I can do because I'm not doing it. No, I just look at the whole situation like, is it going to help my situation or anybody's situation if I do these things? And usually the answer is no, that's going to cause them to retaliate more. So I don't do it because I'm not stupid. But then these people are stupid, so they just keep coming at me for no reason because they get away with it and they don't have consequences or accountability. So that makes them think that they can keep getting away with it because they're stupid. So it's building and building and building and building. Eventually, they are going to face the consequences because I will have no choice, but to be, the karma that they fucking deserve. And then they'll be mad at me, like I did something to them, when in reality, their consequences are just from their own actions. But they'll never see that. They just like you guys, you blame all your problems on other people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that it is available, but we'll say I believe it is available. If it's not up when you click on the link to the Clover thing, if it's not now, we'll find out this week and we'll make it available.
Well, I would hope that it's available with the amount of money that we spent on that package.
Right.
Just saying.
Right. I'm going to open that Clover link now and see. Yeah, see, right now it's just a credit card number available. They don't have any other option.
No, I'll get the answer tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll find out about that. I actually thought that they could. And yeah, Stephanie Jenks makes a good point. You can set up a Cash App, and they have a bank and routing number with that after you sign on.
I do remember them saying something about how they're affiliated with Cash App. I do remember that in one of the meetings.
Yeah, Clover is. Yeah.
Yep.
So that'll make it easier, but we'll find out for you for sure. And if it is, I think it is available. I think we just need to tell them to add it. So let's see here. Yeah, or you can do like a prepaid card or something.
How much you want to bet they were all quiet because they were in the background listening to this stream? Bet. You know, guys,
so.
let's pull out some of these new toys. Yeah. So when it comes to you, Taff, and you, Ryder, all I gotta say is
Shame.
Terry is the face of shame, isn't he?
Yeah.
Something like that. The only problem with the prepaid cards is they usually charge for them. One way or another, they either charge you to get the thing to begin with, or they'll charge.
Oh, they always get you. They've been getting me for the better part of 40 years or 30 years now.
For sure.
Well,
yeah, that's actually a pretty cool idea. I like that. I actually thought about that before. We haven't, like I say, we're still a young organization, but that would be handy to have an interpreter for Spanish. Thank you. I'll get with you about that.
I didn't even see that. See, that's why I'm not only paying attention to the chats. But anyway, I think we've been on here long enough. 50 minutes or less than 50 minutes sounds like a good number to stop at.
Yep. Yeah, we got a couple of donations too. So I appreciate everybody.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but don't donation drives and like fundraisers on like national TV, like when they did the hurricane relief, don't those usually run for like hours upon hours? Like, isn't that what
You mean like a telethon? It's not just a fundraiser. That's like a all-day telethon, right? Like that's what that is. I mean, you could have a fundraiser dinner. You could have a fundraiser candy bar. So, fundraiser. It's just a discussion. They didn't say how long it was going to be. So yeah, I'm going to correct you if you're wrong. Yeah, there's no set definition for what a fundraiser is. Now, the stuff on TV that you saw, I mean, because you saw it on TV, you think that's what defines what a fundraiser is, or what? Why don't you ask some of your political leaders in your area what all different types of fundraisers they have?
a donation drive typically is? It's a program that runs for a couple hours.
Sometimes, I guess. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Is that what this is called? Is this a donation drive for 50 minutes? Wow.
Just anything negative they can find to say, they're going to say it, even if it makes them sound stupider than fuck. But whatever.
This is more of a CYA drive.
Well, I will say this, that whoever that guy targeted Pat and said something in the chat that, if he's not a lawyer, I'm glad he's not a lawyer. Well, if he's providing you legal advice or doing anything as far as legal paperwork, that's a crime.
Yep.
So you should care. You should care if he's a lawyer. That's a crime. Providing legal advice without being a licensed lawyer in some states is a crime. So you should care.
You know what the problem is? I think with some people.
You want answers! I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Yeah. Truer words have never been spoken. People don't want to realize that they've been duped.
Yep. And
And he
guys, I
said
want you
also,
guys.
can you show me all the people they screwed over? I would want more than
Can you say gaslighting? I mean, if I ever seen a a greater gaslight attempt, they're literally trying to convince me that I've been duped with with nothing to go off of. Like they're mad because I'm saying stuff that makes sense, and they're mad because they can't gaslight me into believing that I've been duped or something. You know what I mean? I don't really feel duped. What am I duped out of? What am I scammed out of? you know, what were my hopes and dreams that I'm duped out of, huh? Thank God for Navy Girl, these anonymous people over here to shine the light on me and let me know that I've been duped, right? I mean, what would I do without them? Thank God. What heroes we have there.
anything in the world for this to be legitimate. I'm just saying the red flags are screaming
Yep. And
because
guys,
they
we
have
have
no
another.
qualifications. Sorry, go ahead.
You're good, Navy girl. Hey, trust me. Though I recognize that I don't fully understand, I'm sure I can somewhat understand where you're coming from. Right? It's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
frustrating, especially when you
yeah.
are a vet. And with that being said, guys, welcome Terry. But there's more. He not Terry himself, but Mr. Kfar. He is another vet. Let's kind of get what his opinion is on the matter.
Oh shit! You put me on the spot.
We could like rain check that for like another couple minutes. You could just say
It's
what's
fine.
up.
I've been watching back, a little bit further back and tried to catch up. Yeah, I think it's just kind of scummy. Like that person that targeted Patton or whatever the hell his name is.
Okay, now I just want to point something out here. I have never talked to KFAR in my life. I have not gone to his channel. I'm not subscribed to his channel. So at this point, to my knowledge, he doesn't know who I am. He just referred to me as that guy in the chat. That guy in the chat, the targeted Patton character, whatever. So that insinuates that he doesn't know who I am, right? That would make the viewer, believe, right? That would lead you to believe that he doesn't know who I am. Okay? And I've never talked to him. So how would he know anything about my situation? Okay? He should know nothing about me at this point. Nothing at all, right? But listen to this.
If he's a vet and his only person he can go to is the angry vet and some random pig farmer, like I think as a vet, every vet wants other vets to get the best things that they can get. And
Yeah.
And Kev ain't it. You know what I mean? Like he ain't it.
No.
And he's like, I haven't seen anything bad from them. It's all lies. And it's like, if you can't see anything wrong with what Kev is doing, like you don't have your eyes open.
No.
Well, I'm just asking you to point it out. Like, what if I'm blind? I'm blind, and I need you to point out what they're doing so I don't run into them. The pig farmer and the Kev, right? So you got to point it out for me. Can you mention anything? Can you just give me an example of what they're doing, or just explain it to me, at least so that like I could understand it, like I'm a fucking third grader? Because I don't understand. I don't get it. You don't make any sense. Please.
Confirmation bias is a real thing. It's
Well, there's caveat emptor, right? Let the buyer beware.
What's the opposite of confirmation biased, right? Or would it also be confirmation biased? When all of these people all agree that this is illegitimate and they're scamming people when there's zero evidence to suggest it or to support that. Would that be confirmation biased, right? Because they consider themselves on like another side, like they literally go out of their way to talk about this video, right? About this nonprofit. Not about themselves or about each other, about this. Okay? I mean, I want to support things that help people, okay? That's not confirmation bias because I'm just supporting something I believe that helps people. If I'm not, I'm not supporting them, I'm supporting what they're doing, okay? I don't care what they did in the past, what you called them, or what the fuck, I don't care. I don't judge people based on their mistakes. I judge them based on what they're doing, with their intentions, and what they, Their actions, period. Not their fucking words. All these words of these morons over here, right? Let's get that straight.
Yeah, exactly.
A fool and their money are soon parted. I mean, we'll put the information out there. People, well, you can lead a horse to water.
What if I don't have any money to start with? Then what do I have to lose, right? A fool and their money. So then, what if I'm just a fool? Won't I still just be a fool when I'm done? Right? What do I have to lose?
But you,
Can't even make them.
Or as a matter of fact, I think I stand to gain no matter what, because if they scam me, I just learn a lesson. So therefore, it's a win-win for me. No matter what, I come out of this better than I went into it. How about that for a silver lining, dickhead?
Agree.
you can't stop them from making a new GoFundMe.
No.
You guys ready to get back into it?
Yep.
All right.
I don't want to shout everybody out because
Some of them like
do
to
that.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, that's great.
All right. Well,
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, I
Thanks,
appreciate everybody that was here. Everybody on my Angry Vet page, thank you for coming and showing up. I'm sorry I couldn't get over there, but I love you all, and y'all have a good night. And stay tuned for the next fundraiser because it's going to be a doozy. That's the what are we calling that? The hair fundraiser or something?
Yeah, we'll come up with a fancy name. Why don't you give them a quick lowdown?
Well, I think we're gonna do a fundraiser that you can donate to Scars nonprofit, and in your donation you can put a note in your donation saying keep the hair or lose the hair. And we haven't quite came up with a number yet.
All right. So Dummy Kruger just said, targeted Patton, isn't your case with them a child support case?
Oh.
So it has nothing to do with being a veteran.
Okay, so it was Dummy Kruger just said. So this guy up here just used his other account to chat as Dummy Kruger, right? Because I've never talked to Dummy Kruger. How would he know anything, right? How would he even know this? How would he know this at all? Okay. Now I made one single video, okay? And it doesn't have that many views. So that means that the Dummy Kruger has watched that one video, I guess, right? It mainly, the video talks about my phone being on a Stingray, like there being a Stingray device or an IMSI catcher or a cell site simulator next to my house. And then at the end of the video, I support Scars and talk about what Scars is doing, and I call out the fucking people that are calling Scars a fraud or fake. But now, what are the odds that somebody who I don't even watch his videos, I never talk to, what are the odds that that person watched that video, right? Or is it that all these people talk to each other, right, and they all share every bit of information they can, right, so that they can better deceive people and use information against people? But regardless, it's in my case is not a child support case that they're helping me with, okay? It's a juvenile case. It's a situation where the entire county is targeting me, and whenever I made them look like idiots, right? And they, couldn't get me the way they wanted to, right? I made them look like fucking idiots, and they are butthurt about it. Then they started targeting my child, my kid, and what they're doing is illegal. It's absolutely illegal. I've already done the research and looked it up. There's a non-profit organization that is charging them as $9,000 a month, residential treatment facility that doesn't even have qualified personnel, and they're court ordering kids to be placed at these places, okay? And they did everything. They they did everything like tricked me. Like they tell me one thing and do the opposite. I had to start making a record through email because these people were just lying to me over the phone. It's just unreal. everything they're doing. Now I've been learning quite a bit about the juvenile case law, not just case law, but the juvenile court's procedure, the rules and procedures for court procedure for juvenile court, the rules involved with different situations, scenarios, and the court's um, the policies and procedures for juvenile court. And I've already found a couple conflicts of interest, major conflicts of interest that are related to my case, and the judge involved. Okay, the judge involved. That's it as far as the conflicts of interest. I believe there might be a conflict of interest exists with his public defender as well. Okay, so his public defender, who's also the same public pretender that fucked me over in my case, right? That absolutely did unethical, um, misconduct. It's prosecutorial misconduct. The whole thing. I've told my lawyer everything. I have. Like, you gotta look. You just look at the whole fucking story from start to finish, okay? And catch up. How about that? So no, they're not helping me with a child support case, but child support is an aspect of my case. How about that? The case that they were helping me with was a several civil rights violations, where they broke into my apartment unannounced and arrested me at gunpoint without a warrant or probable cause. And then they filed false police reports about me and spread it all over the media, all over the news. And then, they had to cover for their own ass, right? So the cop got fired and everything. I've never even been addressed about any of this stuff. They stole all my stuff, made me homeless. It's just unreal, all the stuff that they've done. And that's just recently. This goes back years. It's a pattern of the same behavior, the same crooked police chief. And I have proof, absolute proof, that he has committed criminal misconduct, filed false police reports about me, lied on an official police report, and then charged me with false swearing, lying to an officer. And there's proof. I have proof. I'll say it again. I have proof of that. Proof. I told GS this. GS knows this. I made a video and explained this in a video, and I challenged anybody, right, to go pull the record. Please, anybody, go pull the record. See what happens. Because if I pull the record, I know what's going to happen. They're not going to give it to me. They're going to deny me, and then I'm going to go talk about it, and then nobody's going to care. So it's pointless for me to go pull the record. I want somebody else to go pull the record. I need other people to look into this so that they can say, yeah, something ain't right here. They're not letting me have that record. Why aren't they letting me have that record? And that's going to force them to look into it more, right? I am welcoming and challenging anybody to look into the details of my situation. I'm screaming from the rooftops, corruption, misconduct, criminal misconduct, okay? You can look at everything that I put out there. And anybody who's going to actively go against me and try to spin it around and make me look bad, right? Like, you're going to throw that comment out there, right? Dummy Kruger said, isn't your case with them a child support case? As in, what? I'm some kind of deadbeat dad that don't pay my child support, right? Is that what you're trying to frame this as now? And I need help with my case because I don't want to pay my child support? Is that how you're going to frame this, right? Because if that's the case, then you are a piece of shit, because that means you know what the situation is and you're still trying to twist it around. You understand? That's what you people do.
Good.
Just heard a mic drop, Kruger.
Yes. Okay.
JJ
you might
said
want to
mic
shut
drop,
up, because if Dummy
Mic drop.
Kruger starts scratching an itch,
No.
you might be the next story.
No, I want Dummy Kruger
Right.
to look into
Just
it.
so you know, Targeted Patton, I don't really know you. I know you tagged me in that one video where you were just so butthurt that Direct D would dare talk about one of your lovers. But, whoops, you don't have to respond to that. If you just want to.
No, I was never butthurt about Direct D. I made a video about Direct D because I exposed him because it's clear to me that he's a narc. He blocked me on his channel because I started making sense. I'm not butthurt about anybody. See, I don't go to bat for people. I don't support people. I just support the truth. And when I see people lying about stuff, I call them out on it. You know what I mean? I could find out tomorrow that the angry vet did this or did that, and I'll be the first one to condemn him for it, or the first one to criticize him for it. I don't give a shit. I tell people how it is. That's it. So, you could try to associate me with this person or that person, whatever, all you want, but I'm just me. I call things how I see them, right? And in Christopher Ruff's case, right, direct douchebag's case, it was pretty clear to me when he's bragging about going to Kentucky. He's going to go to Kentucky with warrants, right? And he's not going to leave on probation. He's so confident he's not going to leave on probation. Why would anybody be that confident unless they were unless they were reassured that they could go there and not get arrested, right? Meaning they're working with the fucking cops, right? I mean, come on. It takes a moron not to see that he's a rat. I'm butthurt about anybody. He can say whatever fuck he wants about me. I don't give a shit. I don't care what people think. If you know me at all, you know that's the first thing you'll learn about me is I don't give two shits what people say about me. You can say whatever you want about me. I don't care. I don't care what people think about me. But the truth is important. The truth is important, right? And I can't stand by and let let somebody's reputation and their life be destroyed or ruined if I have information, that could be used to prevent that or stop the liars and the thieves. I'm not about to sit by and let people lie about shit. Ain't gonna happen. I'm not gonna you know sit by and allow people to lie and assist law enforcement in illegal targeting of somebody, right? That's bullshit. They need called out on their shit. Plain and simple.
To stay silent the rest of the stream, you're still more than welcome to watch.
Yeah.
God, dude, look, you call it fanboy as much as you want, but that's the reason I haven't put out a video in a while. Is though I'm trying a new style, I want to try to be as accurate and matter as a fact as a Dummy Kruger video, because that's what makes or breaks the difference. That's the reason that dude gets the videos he gets. He gets the rep he does with the videos because he does his work and he does a good job. And I think that if you're going to be a creator putting out the good content, you need to follow a similar formula. I mean, you need to be exact about your shit. You need to be good at your delivery too. And I think he does both of those.
This targeted patent guy, I'm sorry to bring my nonsense into this, but the targeted patent guy kind of gives me Josh Lanto vibes. There's so much misconduct going on, it's sickening. And then you look into it and you're just like, oh no, you're actually just a shit human being.
Well, so look, this is the one thing that I will say, okay? Sometimes, and we've seen this, even work out actually in favor of others who are even felons and have been awarded full custody.
I wonder what. Wait, I forget what he says here. I was gonna say. I wonder if he's backtracking ahead of time because he already knows my situation.
But in most cases, being the male, you will run into some problems, and I do think that the courts will typically favor the woman over the man unless there's very good reasons, kind of like with a certain individual we know, to where they're going to get the full custody. So all we're saying, targeted pattern, is we get that if you're having issues and you feel like you have no one else to turn to, that you're looking for help. We're just trying to help you come to the conclusion that even if you've been turned away, probably not the best place to go to these guys.
And I just want to say something else when it comes to Dummy Kruger. We all, he does his research, good videos, awesome, whatever. But he is the one content creator that I have seen that will, regardless of who he's talking about, he will correct the record. I said something in his chat about somebody, and it was not a nice thing I said, but I thought I had the correct information, and Dummy corrected it. I don't think he was targeting it towards me. There's lots of people saying it, and Dummy corrected it, even though he was doing a video on the guy and wasn't a big fan of his, but he made sure that the information that was not correct did not go out there. That's integrity.
All right, well, let's see what happens then, right? Let's see what happens. Because now he's kind of he's going to be forced to look into this, right? And he's not going to want to let it go whenever the last thing he said, insinuated that I'm just, it's a child support case and that, I'm just like a deadbeat dad or something, right? I mean, he's going to have to look into it, right? The challenge is out there. I'm betting he's not going to do it, though. Something tells me that it's not going to happen.
Well, unfortunately, I don't really, I guess you could say I kind of do, even though that wasn't the intent with Ryder until I figured out what was
Yeah, yeah,
going
yeah,
on. But I don't
yeah,
really cover like the custody stuff. So if anybody in here, like maybe Dummy or anyone else who does, if you guys want to give Targeted Patton a chance to reach out, for all we know, there may be some truth to what he's claiming. And I just don't, just kind of like what you're saying, I don't want that to get lost or muddied because of TAV or for public safety. Just kind of like
yeah,
how Shiz just shut them down last night and basically said, you guys are going to muddy the waters with Wrangler's case. So you guys are best to just stay out of it.
and I didn't mean that you don't have integrity or anybody else doesn't. I'm just saying that people like to call him a troll channel and all of that stuff, and I have not yet found one video he's done where he had ill intent or it was personal. I mean, he jokes around and things like that, but he brings receipts.
Yeah.
And the thing I said about this person, I'm not even going to bring up who it was or whatever. It was an awful thing I said, but I thought I was
I bring receipts.
right, and I wasn't. And Dummy had the integrity to say, "Hey, I'm not a fan of this guy's, but nobody should be saying this about it." So if anybody, I'm just speaking specifically about Dummy. I'm sorry. Sorry.
That's okay. You can ask KFR, you can ask GS. I think you can even ask JJ because I've said this on live before. But I've heard a lot of people saying this whole 1A community is dying out, and I would argue that not only is the 1A dying out, but I would argue that the other side of the extreme is also dying out, just not at fast of a rate. And I think that people like Dummy, people like Lucid, people like GS, people like us, KFR,
Yeah.
people who are
Yeah.
truly in the middle and have a good head on their shoulders, I think there's a place,
Yes.
new path for them. And I think that very soon you're going to see channels like this getting and garnering more viewers, more attention, and more support, where the others are slowly going to start starving off, unfortunately. Well, not
Well,
Yeah.
unfortunately, but you get what I mean.
well, it's really,
I
really
do.
interesting because I was in Ruff's channel last night and somebody made a comment like, normally I wouldn't like you, I wouldn't watch you. But because listen, man, I got made fun of, I guess, by F3 when I said I want to give people a place to come, that want the truth, and they clip that, and turn it into something disgusting and sophomoric as they
That's
do.
ridiculous.
But
Yeah.
I wanted to give people an opportunity to have a venue for everyone to enjoy and be in an environment where they're seeking the truth. They're not.
Yes.
There's no agenda. I'm not trying to massage something out of you other than hey, bring me the facts. I'll show it. I'll make a video. If you have facts, supply me the facts. If my opinion is wrong because there's empirical reason and evidence and data out there that I'm oblivious to, I will change my opinion with the new information. And to your point, Lick, I think there is a very strong desire for people to go someplace where they know they're not being massaged or finessed or tricked or lied to. But there are some people that want to be lied to. Targeted Patton, perfect example.
Yeah.
And you know why he said that? Because he's everything he just said there's a bold-faced fucking lie. I have reached out to GS, I've emailed GS, I've given him the benefit of the doubt and said, okay, maybe he just doesn't have the information, right? He has commented on my videos, the ones where I've actually shown the information, I put it out there, and I leave it up to other people to make their own decision. They have to do a little bit of research, right? I can't show everything. I need other people to go look up a little bit of this, just a little bit, okay? Because I could just make it all up, right? So I did that, and I reached out to him, and you know what he did? He ended up with commenting something back that insinuated that he's not looking for the answer. He's just looking to make me look like I'm crazy, right? That was it. And then he ignored me. Like I said, I emailed him. So I also criticized him. I call it how I see it. He knows that I have the ability to to articulate and kind of point out where somebody's being subversive, as GS would say, subversive little squirrel, right? And GS is the biggest subversive of all of them. That's what he just said there. And so he wants to create a place for people to come. He's full of shit. He had me first. The first time I came on a stream, I came on, and I tried to give my testimony somewhat. Right, I got cut off. I got cut off, and then the next I was on his channel for a couple weeks in his chat. Like, I was welcomed, right, until the day that he got exposed. When he got exposed, I also criticized him. I made a video criticizing him. He said anybody can criticize me. I did it. Well, he got all butthurt. And now, because he can't say that I'm, just making fun of him or just trying to fucking troll him or anything, that's the only thing he will ever say is I'm a subversive, I'm a troll, I'm crazy, I'm a Fruit Loop, I'm a Muppet, right? That's all he'll say. He doesn't want the interaction because he knows that I will fucking expose him. He is absolutely has an agenda. Absolutely has an agenda. Just like everybody else that's in here. Right? I mean, hey, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Maybe you're being fooled by GS. Maybe you haven't looked into it further. Maybe. Maybe. And if you haven't looked into it further, then I can see how you could be fooled. You could absolutely be fooled. And GS is listen, he's really good at appearing neutral and appearing as if he doesn't have an agenda. That's why he's still here. Right? But there is a number of people who have already learned what he's all about. They're not butthurt. They're not coming after him because they're butthurt or because, he offended them. They call him out because they learned. They looked at all the information. They saw his own, where he contradicted himself several times. He's a hypocrite. He just said about, them making videos about, like, the middle school fucking jovial, whatever, the immature memes and stuff like that. That's all he does about people. He does that. That's what he does, right? So what? You're allowed to do it, nobody else is? You're a hypocrite. Yes, you are a fucking hypocrite. You are a Oompa Loompa looking little fucking midget hypocrite. That's what you are. Period.
Anything
just-
else you guys want to add? Like, I know JJ's been quiet for a while, so is
Yeah, GS is an Oompa Loompa hypocrite.
K4.
Oh, I'm just here, man. I'm just here.
I'm kind of like J4. I'm just here listening and watching the show.
I'm just here. I'm not intellectual enough to actually participate in the deception. I don't know how to deceive people as good as you guys. I'm just here. You guys are doing a perfect job deceiving them. KFAR and JJ are probably smarter than these other two because they're smart enough to keep their mouth shut. Right? They don't want to get thrown under the bus. That's what happens. They understand how this works. JJ's got enough to worry about. His reputation's already fucking bad enough. Right? KFAR's an idiot. Everybody knows KFAR's a fucking idiot. So, like, even GS kept his mouth shut for half of the shit. He didn't say anything. He's just like, yeah. You could tell at one point I looked at his face, and he almost looked guilty. He almost looked like he felt bad that they were fucking lying about me and saying this shit about me. It almost looked like he felt bad because as if he knows my situation, right? And maybe in real life he doesn't feel the same as he does on his stream because his stream is, let's face it, it's all fake. It's all just, it's a facade. It's to create the optics about a narrative, about a subject, right? That's it. I don't believe that any of it's personal with GS. He's good at psychological manipulation, psychological warfare tactics. That's what he's good at. I bet when he went back into the military, that's what he studied. That's what his focus was on, psychological warfare.
Well, we appreciate y'all for being here. Sorry, Navy Girl, I didn't mean to cut you off. Continue.
Oh no, I was just laughing at K4.
Okay. So
in a loving way, not a you're an idiot way, just laughing.
You're good. So targeted Pat and man, look, I wish y'all the best. I just want to be very clear. No matter what you think about me, I don't have any issue with you. Do I think maybe you're supporting the wrong people? Yeah, but you know what? You will come to that realization at some point on your own. And I definitely have no ill will against you, and I truly do wish you the best. And if you are a vet, thank you for your service, by the way. So,
amen. Thank you for your service.
So actions speak louder than words, and if you truly mean that, then I thank you very much, Dummy Kruger. I have watched your videos though, and I gotta say, I don't think you're an idiot, and it really looks as if you are twisting the narrative and spreading disinformation about Chris Ryder, because to this date, he shows evidence, you show receipts, he shows receipts, and you guys call him a liar as if it's been proven, and I don't see it. I don't see it. It's just the only thing that I've determined by watching all of it is that you guys are trying to convince other people that he is something he's not, right? You're trying to discredit him, and everything that you've said about him, he has explained and been completely transparent. And so he, and it's never the way you guys put it. You guys always twist it, right? And then he'll put the truth out. He'll tell you the truth, to which you guys don't readdress it. Then you just move on to something else. You've even gone way back to the beginning and just started over again. That's what Chris Ruff did. He literally played the first video where he tried to discredit him by asking the questions about the fucking 25-year-old marijuana case. I mean, the whole thing is just, it's so obvious. And for a normal person who's never been in trouble or who's never been through the legal system, this is hard to believe. A lot of this is hard to believe, even after being in trouble for different things and going through it and understanding that people have agendas and narratives and not everybody's perfect. Even after going through all of that, it was hard for me to accept, really hard for me to accept that everybody working in the system or the courthouse or everybody is involved. Everybody. It's not just bad apples. They're all involved. Because even the people that don't participate and do that stuff, if they are, at a turning point, if they reach a bypass where they have to decide, make a decision, right? Do you think they're going to do the right thing and do what's right to protect somebody's rights or to expose the truth, or are they going to protect their own ass and they're going to end up covering for their coworker? What do you think they're going to do? It's pretty easy when you put it that way. They're going to protect their own ass, and their ass, it's their job. They're going to protect they don't want to lose their job. They don't want to piss the people off they work with every day, and they're probably their friends as well, right? So they have to choose who they're going to fuck over, right? And that's horrible, but that's how they operate. They are all put in positions where if they don't, protect each other, then they get targeted. They get thrown under the bus, and they get their lives destroyed, and they know it, and they don't want that. So they're all cowards, plain and simple. They've never been in a situation where they lost everything or they've been targeted and they've had everybody come after them and discredit them and make up lies about them. And they don't want it because they've all participated in it, and it's ugly. They don't want to be on the other end of that. I can't say I blame them, but at the end of the day, I couldn't do it. I wouldn't, I have a conscience and morals. I would say go fuck yourself. I'm not gonna ruin that person's life, lie and ruin that person's life to protect you. Somebody who is, a friend wouldn't ask you of a favor like that. They wouldn't ask you to do something like that. They wouldn't ask you, to jeopardize your integrity for them if they were really your friend. So if somebody's asking you to jeopardize your integrity and to do that, something like that, they're not your friend. They're not your fucking friend at all. They don't give two shits about you if they're asking you to do that. Think about it. Because at the end of the day, do you think they care about you if you don't do it? If you don't go with the status quo and then you get targeted, do you think they're going to stand up for you then? No. They're going to join the crowd and they're going to target you too. And they're going to throw you right under the bus as well. Those aren't your friends. Those people are not your friends. They're just colleagues, work acquaintances. It's just somebody everybody's got a knife. And everybody's got to watch their own back so they don't get, you get whoever's the last one standing. It's like the fucking Dark Knight Rises, at the beginning of the movie in the heist, whenever all the Jokers, they each keep taking each other out until the last one left. It's just the Joker and the driver, right? And then he kills everybody, gets all the money. That's how this works. It's a Ponzi scheme. That's how the whole fucking thing is set up. And they're just in a race to move up the ladder, right? So they don't get fucking left behind. Plain and simple. They're in the business of screwing people over and destroying people's lives. That's what it is. And once I guess once you participate in that, you're in it. You're done. You sold your soul. There's really no getting out of it unless you're willing to sacrifice your, everything, all your material things, your reputation, and have your life fucking just stomped on and everybody out to get you and against you. If you're willing to accept that to do what's right, then you're a unicorn. You're of a rare breed. You're one in 1,000, one in 1,000,000. Because I have yet to find a single fucking person in the entire Cambria County local government with integrity. Not a single fucking person. None. Law enforcement, first responders, all the people working the courthouse, all the different agencies. I can't find a single fucking person with integrity. None.
You to get the help you need. I just don't want you to
Correct.
get screwed over.
Yeah.
And I
so
hope that's it. That's all I want.
Yeah, and I also want to echo that. I have had targeted patent on my platform on a couple of occasions. I've platformed this man. I've given this man a stage when other people would ignore him and say he's a for Cocoa Puffs. With all of his machinations of what he thinks the government.
Who are these other people? Because you're the only person on here, GS, that's calling me, a wackadoo, or right, or a muppet, Fruit Loops, right? I haven't heard anybody else saying that. Anybody who does look at my channel does not call me crazy. They don't call me wackadoo Fruit Loops, buddy. Sorry. I mean, you do have the occasional people that get on there and say I'm schizophrenic and shit, but that's because they're trolls, or they are part of part of this group of people that are trying to discredit me. But when you have anybody that's genuine, that's clearly genuine, they'll ask questions, and then I'll answer it, or they'll look further into it, and they always come to the conclusion, the same conclusion, the realization that I speak the truth, that I'm not crazy, and that there absolutely is, legitimacy to everything I claim. So, yes, you're just discrediting yourself when you do this. I hope you know that.
Is doing. Listen. The government does a lot of jacked up stuff. So if I don't know for a fact that these things are or aren't happening, I try to tend to treat people with respect. But I've shown this man respect over and over and over.
But you call me Fruit Loops. No, you just admitted that the government does messed up stuff to people all the time, right? And you don't know the facts, right? So why would you call somebody crazy, right? You're the only one that has done it, GS. Nobody else has called me crazy that I know of. And the mods in your chat, it's funny because I've never dealt with like my brother in your chat or anything like that. The one day they were bringing up stuff that I'm like, where did they hear this and this? They were spreading the same lies that the people in my town spread, and that's crazy, right? Because I don't see the connections, I don't see where the communication is. It wasn't in the chat. So where is the communication happening to where people are telling them what to say, right? And they were saying lies. They're repeating a false story and just asking me, and I would answer it, but then they wouldn't respond any further once they got the truth. They just wanted to ask the question to try to make people think that whatever, insinuate that their question was true. So it's not. I already know this, but I don't want to go around telling everybody that, hey, don't trust this guy. He's a government plant. Don't believe anything he says. I would much rather give you the opportunity to prove yourself, and I'm just going to ask the right questions. But whenever you demonstrate behavior and your actions and your answers only only support what I'm saying, and they only suggest to anybody that you are absolutely deceptive, that you have a narrative, your answers that doesn't make sense, why you block me, why you call me crazy. You can't actually say why you call me crazy, right? You mentioned about one headlights one time, right? One headlights, people follow me. You just say those words and then say I'm crazy. You know what I mean? It's you literally have a show called Conspiracy Corner, GS. You're the one that admitted to me that there's chaos agents online, that there are paid chaos agents online. You admitted this in the stream when we were talking. Then, whenever you got exposed, right? What did you do? You called me a chaos agent, right? You called me a chaos agent. You know what I mean? You did exactly what they all do. It's called mirroring. It's a tactic. Okay, I can show you that. There's a PowerPoint presentation they used to train these people. It was leaked in 2014 as part of the Snowden leaks, right? The government trains people to go online and do counterintelligence, spread lies and disinformation, and they demonstrate the same tactics that are in that training.
Over again. And he's smacked my hand away over and over and over again, behind my back. So the man is duplicitous in my opinion. Clearly he is in need of help, and we're approaching 2 hours, so I'm not going to be overly long. I would just say I like your sentiment, lick the whole boot. I myself had the same sentiment for about a good 6 months, and I get tired of getting burnt by the same people over and over again.
Yeah.
I understand that. It's just like what I said. If I just want to make it clear. I don't believe anybody should. Never mind. I'm not going to even get into it. You guys ready to get back into this?
Well, here,
Live,
let
we've
me
got a
say
couple
something
minutes
real quick.
Yep.
Targeted patent. If the local law enforcement and courts have screwed you over, send me your evidence. And if it's accurate, I'll put it out. But if it's some sovereign citizen nonsense, I will also put it out. But I'll be much, much more mean about it.
Yeah, and here's another thing too, okay? So targeted patent. I would also recommend that before you invest time into scars, if you're going pro se as a father against the courts, there's a lot of Facebook groups that can really, really help you.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, go out there and then like just look at them, because they're full of other men from many different countries. Because believe it or not, there's custody issues that surpass just the States. There's a lot of issues that happen in the UK too. And a lot of these men who do go pro se, they do go ahead and they share their secrets, how to file certain things. And I would recommend you visiting those pages. All right, you guys ready?
Indeed.
Ready, spaghetti.
I mean, we're still floating around, floating on a number. But any amount of donation is allowed to write a note, and then we'll just add up, those all the donations for and all the donations against, and come up with a dollar amount of whether I have to keep my hair, or how much I got to get rid of, and or
all right, you guys, I know you guys really don't care, but if you guys want Tav to cut all of his hair off, put a 1. If you guys want him to keep his luscious locks, put a 2. What's your guys' look on it, starting with GS going down?
I kind of want to abstain because I don't know. Yeah, I'm kind of jealous. He's got some beautiful hair. Oh, and now that he's using shampoo.
I keep hearing that Tav gave Flex a car. If he gave Flex a car, that's freaking awesome. It still doesn't negate the fact of what's happening now. It's just like how Chris Ryder likes to go back and cudgel either JJ or cudgel Kaiser, okay? Even if you want to go by his logic trail on, well, Kaiser's this horrible person, that may or may not be true, but here's what it comes down to. It still doesn't negate what Ryder has himself done. And I'm so sick and tired of this Kaiser complex. That's what I call it. I call it the Kaiser effect. When in doubt, blame it out on Kaiser, regardless of what it has to do with your own actions.
Two things can be true at the same time.
Correct. We can live in a world where both could not be the best people. It's not impossible.
I feel like we've talked about this like at length, just to each other.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a very nuanced and mature take on it there, lick the whole boot. I think you should clip that. I really do.
It's just realistic. You know what I'm saying? That's like saying
It really is.
That's like saying that that Saddam Hussein's not such a bad guy. Look at Hitler, when in reality, and I'm not even trying to relate them to the people. I'm just trying to use the logical trail, right? So I hope no one gets that confused.
Sense. Yeah, it makes perfect sense. You say something about Ryder in a certain chat, and they're like, "Yeah, but Kaiser."
No, They say, but Kaiser, because you guys support Kaiser. And then you talk shit on Chris Ryder. That's why they say Kaiser, because you guys are literally talking to Kaiser in Kaiser's chat like it's nothing, like normal. But then you come after and try to discredit Chris Ryder. That doesn't make any fucking sense, okay? That makes no fucking sense. And everything that you guys say, oh, Chris Ryder's done this and done that, I still have yet to see any fucking evidence or proof of that. You guys just lie and just try to discredit him. You know why? Because he's exposing corruption in the government, and because I believe you guys are all working for the government. Real easy to see. It's real simple. It's not complex. It's not confusing. It's not, that hard for anybody to figure out. Just look at it. It's not hard. Step back and look at the big picture. Pretty easy to see. You guys are all exposing yourselves, is what you're doing.
Kaiser.
Yeah, I know. Trust me, I've already dealt with it several times. Even just talking to
Yeah.
him, he brings up Kaiser, and I'm like, I don't even know anything about the dude other than what I've heard from other people. Like the conversation we're talking about has nothing to do with him. Stop trying to defend
Yeah.
all he does with everybody.
I
too.
confronted Kaiser when the stuff came out. That was it. I was done. I did my due diligence and I moved on. I don't dwell on it. I said my piece. It is what it is. That doesn't make what other people do less shitty.
Okay, well, why won't you just say that about Chris Ryder? You said what you said, confronted Chris Ryder, and moved on. Why don't you guys move on with Chris Ryder? Why do you guys stay on that, and you keep trying to discredit Chris Ryder? You're okay with Michael Kaiser because you said something to him, right? So it's okay if he's a murderer, piece of shit, murder burglar, right? That's okay. And to sit there and say you don't know anything about the guy, you're full of shit. You're absolutely full of shit. And if anybody believes you, they're fucking retarded. Plain and simple. They're fucking retarded.
Agreed.
I need to keep or how much I need to grow. You never know which way it's going to go. But that'll be the first crazy fundraiser, and then I'll come up with some crazier ideas, I guess, going down the road.
Dude.
What would you like?
Rewind that. Rewind that
back?
Just a little bit where he says how much it needs to stay or how much it needs to know. You never know. Crazy if it's got to grow or something. You sound like Willy fucking Wonka, dude. Remember? But I want a goose that lays a golden egg now, Daddy. Dude, you got to make a clip out of that. He rhymed like Willy Wonka, dude. You got to put his face on Willy Wonka.
I heard it.
Rewind it. I want you to hear it for yourself and be inspired.
Of
You gotta make a clip of that. You gotta make a clip of that, because I'm an 8th grade fucking moron that likes to pick on people, right? You gotta clip this, you gotta clip that, you gotta clip this. Wait, rewind it, we gotta clip that. Dude, didn't you just get done saying that talking shit on people that like to make demeaning memes and jokes about people, right? Like, hypocrite. Clip that, motherfucker.
Whether I have to keep my hair or how much I got to get rid of or how much I need to keep or how much I need to grow. You never know which way it's going to go. But
He's trying to sound like Dr. fucking
crazy
Seuss.
fundraiser, and then I'll come up with some crazier ideas, I guess, going down the road. What would you like to see the angry vet do this time?
I'm not even sure what 5 Speed said, but here's KFAR, right? KFAR, they all have the same script, right? The only thing they can say to anybody to go against the truth or something they don't like, something they want to discredit is, are you on drugs? Are you on drugs? Oh, that person's on drugs. That person's crazy. He's a muppet, right? Like, dude, KFAR, you discredit yourself, right? You don't do anything for yourself, for your own intelligence, for your own credibility. You make yourself look like a moron when you just say, "Are you on drugs?" Like, you're making me want to look back and see what the hell 5 Speed said, and I can't imagine he said something that typed something into a chat that would make anyone think that they're on drugs. Did he misspell some words? You know what I mean? Like, why do people think that different beliefs. People have different positions and beliefs on things. That means they're on drugs. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. Kfar, are you on drugs? Are you on drugs, buddy? Are you okay? Are you with us? Huh? Are you with us, Kfar? Maybe you should stop taking those head pills there, buddy, or those anxiety pills, because no, you didn't have any friends and you had anxiety, so you took, right? Did you take some depression pills? Did the doctor give you some Adderall? He give you some Adderall to so that you could keep up with the rest of the kids in class because you just didn't get it. I'm just wondering, because usually the people that use this line, are you on drugs? Usually they are absolutely on drugs.
Yada yada yada. Blah blah
Yeah.
blah.
Tell the truth. That's what I'd like him to do. What about you guys?
Yes. I would like him to establish that he has a 501c3. I would like him to prove he has a 501c3. I would also like him to prove and show who specifically is working with him and what their qualifications are. What's your connections with the VA? Do you have lawyers? What the lawyer's name? What's their qualifications? That's the next trick I would appreciate.
What do you guys say to that, GS?
And I say, why would anybody want to provide to you a bunch of information about what they're doing when you've only demonstrated that you wish, you have harmful intent, you have negative intentions towards them. You just want to find any information you can to use against them. So you have to ask yourself, why would anybody provide any information to somebody like that? You must be batshit crazy. Are you on drugs, Navy girl? Maybe you need some help. Maybe you're disconnected from reality here because your request is absolutely asinine. To demand all this information from somebody when you don't plan on utilizing the services at all, you only plan on using that information to try to hurt them, to try to take them down, right? To try to find something that you can use against them. What are you going to take that information and then find out they'll provide it, it's all legit, then you're going to go say, oh, go support, you're going to change your mind? Are you going to change your position and go tell everybody to support them? If you find out that you were wrong? Are you going to do that? Something tells me that's a, fucking cold day in hell if that would happen. And that you would never do that. So then why are you even bothering?
Pat had said, if he's Willy Wonka, then GS is his Oompa Loompa. Tell us, GS, do you represent the Lollipop Guild or no?
Oh, I responded in chat. I said, fair enough.
Oh, okay. That's funny.
Oompa Loompa.
I got another puzzle for you.
All right, guys, let me actually bounce out of here.
All right, K-Fire, you suck. You're holding us back anyway.
We're supposed to be closing on the house tomorrow morning. So I'm gonna try to get a nice 3 hours of sleep and call it a day.
Congrats on that, man.
Hey, anyone, stick around for as long as you want. When it starts to get boring, if you want to jump ship, I understand. So,
all right, everyone, bye.
Bye.
Peace.
All right. Once again, KFAR, thank you for being up there. I'm sure anyone who's subbed to me is probably already subbed to KFAR, but if one of the mods will, please put his link up in the chat, and we'll do that with everybody as they leave out, or if they're still in at the end, we'll put them all out at the same time. So, all right. Are you guys ready to get back into it?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep, let's go.
And still, if anybody has a clever idea for a fundraiser, just reach out.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, and if you want to do that, or you need anything else, our email, you can email us at admin@scars501.org. That's admin@scars501.org.
And I know some people have asked about merchandise and stuff like that, but that's later down the road, guys. So we got bigger fish to fry right now, and we'll find somebody to put all that stuff together and yada yada yada. But just be patient with us.
Right. Yeah. Keeping the swine, I want to reach out to a couple more people just real quick before we go because I appreciate them coming. Targeted Patton. That's one of our guys. Dub Wubs. Always appreciate you.
Can you pause it real
Keeping
quick?
the swine
That was funny to her. That's funny to her, right? That's
in
funny.
line.
Almost everyone that he's naming out, it's like if you were to like,
Wait, he only named 2 people, right? I mean, I could rewind it, but I only heard him naming like 2 people, three, like Dubwubs, keeping in line with the swine, and targeted patent, right? That 3 names, 2 names, or 3 names he named, and GS is gonna stop it, and now he's gonna have something to say about us, right? About those people.
if you were to just skim off all the liquid out of a cesspool and just the runny, solid, nasty, whatever would be in the bottom of a cesspool, he's basically naming off most of the lowest form of pond scum, in my opinion. Almost every single person he's calling out right there has said the most disgusting things to other people in multiple chats. Just it's like a usual suspects call out. Yeah, good company you guys keep over there.
I have a question. The to the targeted patent or anybody, does not give you pause that people were asking questions in the chat, and instead of saying, "Hey, here's the answer," or "Hey, but here's where you can find the answer," they block people, they delete their comments. Does that just
It would give me pause, and that has happened to me in GS's chat. So I ask you, what were the questions? Who were the people? And what were the questions they were asking? I mean, I need more context. Just saying that alone doesn't give me enough to go off of. And absolutely, anybody with half a brain that would see that would give them pause. Yes, but when I hear somebody saying that, I don't believe them because people just say things all the time. I don't trust what people say because people are liars.
whenever anybody confronts him, I mean, Lick the Whole Boot tried to do a great interview with him and asked him. He was so respectful and all of that, and he just laughed and gaslit, and I, I don't. That should just give you pause right there.
Again, you can say that. Anybody can say that, but that's your take, I guess. I mean, if I saw it, would I have the same? Would I have the same description of events? Would I describe the situation the same as you just did? I don't think so. I really don't think so. They've tried this tactic too many times for me to fall for it. These people just say things, okay? And what you need to understand is if you're not already aware of the psychological warfare tactics, right? The counterintelligence tactics, okay? This is their number one go to, okay? They just explain a situation to you. Usually they're describing their own behavior. They're describing what they do and they're blaming somebody else for it, okay? That's how they know what to say, right? Because it didn't really happen that way. They just explain it that way because that's what they do. But then they blame the person they're targeting. So you really have to look for yourself, right? Take each situation they're talking about and question it. Say, what were the questions? Where can I go look at this situation? Can I see this situation? I want to see for myself. And 9 times out of 10, they're not going to show you. They're not going to have any, actual evidence to show you. They're just saying it, right? And if anybody is trying to convince you of something, um, you know, by referring to a situation that happened, but they can't let you see it. They don't have it to provide to you. They can't show you. Okay? What does that tell you? Okay? Then that should make you, that should cause pause, right? That should make you stop and hesitate, right? That should be red flags going up all over the fucking place, right? I couldn't tell you how many times I have heard lies. I have heard people lie straight to people's faces saying, I saw a picture. I saw a picture of Targeted Patton doing this. I saw a picture of Targeted Patton doing that. Right? No picture. No picture exists. They just say they saw a picture, and it's unbelievably effective at getting people to believe them. They just believe it because they think, for some reason, Just saying that they saw a picture, it doesn't even register in their brains that they could just be lying. They don't even think of the possibility that that picture doesn't exist. That they don't even think about that. They just think, wait, well, he saw a picture, so it must be true. Because if he saw a picture, how can you deny a picture? Seeing it on a picture, right, or a video. You can't deny that. If there's a video or a picture that exists, well, then you can't deny that, right? But you don't ever get to see that picture or video, and nobody questions that, right? They don't ever think about that again. They just automatically, it programs your brain to give you against that person, and then you'll find yourself even repeating it. Like if you're not aware of this, you'll find yourself telling other people, well, there's a picture, well, there's a picture, or there's a video about this, right? Anytime you hear somebody saying there's a video out there's a picture out there that proves it, don't believe them. Do your own research. Ask to see the picture, ask to see the video, and that's when you will find out who the fucking liars are. Because if the video existed or the picture existed, and nobody's gonna waste time, okay, saying I saw this picture, I saw this video. They're just gonna show you the fucking video. Or they're gonna show you the fucking picture. They're gonna share that picture or that video. You're not gonna hear people trying to convince you by saying there's a picture or video. They're just gonna show you. So I'm not saying this is every case, but usually when you hear somebody making the claim that they saw a picture, they saw a video, or this happened, right? This happened, but they can't give you any details or the context. They can't give you anything that you can prove it or be used back against them. Don't believe them. Don't believe them. Okay? Because like I'm doing here, this is why I'm doing this stream right here. Right? To hold their feet to the fire, to hold them accountable, to hold their words against them. I've used GS's words against him, and that's why I'm crazy, right? I'm a Fruit Loop. That's why he claims that I'm a subversive, that I just go against him. No, I just call anybody out. I'll call anybody out. Anything that I see, when I see some bullshit, I call it out. That's what I do. GS, you just happen to be the one fucking committing the bullshit. You keep committing the bullshit. I keep giving you chance after chance to just be a normal fucking person, a genuine person, a man of your word with integrity. But you keep proving you're a piece of shit over and over and over again, GS. That's what you keep doing. And I'm saying this now because right after this, GS just got done, calling me a scum of the earth and all that, right? So it was right after that they blocked me from the chat. So they don't actually they go on to other subjects. He blocks me whenever nobody's paying attention, and then that way I quietly go away and nobody brings me up. You know what I mean? He's just hoping I don't use one of my other accounts and come back in.
Yeah, I try to be nice to him.
You were very nice to him.
Yeah, even God gives people over to reprobate mind after a while.
Now the
as
God
far as
stuff,
I'm concerned, I'm glad that you still have a heart for targeted Patton, but I don't know if you can tell by he's just an absolute, I don't know.
Yes,
I just have a heart for if people sincerely need help, that they find help. But I
haven't found it. Sorry, 4 almost 5 years of being targeted by a bunch of people. I've gone to every agency that exists in my state. You know what I mean? And I've reached out. I've created a YouTube channel. There's 700 fucking videos on my channel there, Navy girl. So, yeah, if people need help, they don't know. They find help. That's bullshit. You're sitting here trying to convince people that need help not to go fucking seek help from these people. That's what you're doing. What is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? What is your evidence to prove that if people need help, they get help? No. There's people that are screaming, that are crying out for help. They can't get help. They're just continually being tortured and their lives being ruined, and nobody's fucking listening. Scars is listening. Scars is listening. And what are you doing, Navy girl? Are you part of the solution or are you part of the problem? I know what I think. I have my opinion. I'm going to keep it to myself. But you're free to make your own opinion.
I just feel like this is not the help. I feel like this is going to be, they're going to talk about it for a while and they're going to get so much blowback or something. And then they're just going to disappear. And all these people who look to them for help are going to be stuck in the,
They're already stuck. That's why they're looking for help. What solution would you propose, Navy girl? That's what I don't understand. You guys want to shit on people that are trying to do something good for people, but you don't want to offer any solutions at all. You just want to say that you'll get help if you need it. There's solutions out there. Don't trust these people. And then you try to discredit, you try to shit on the only thing that they found, the only people willing to help them that they found. You want to try to destroy that. You don't realize what you're doing? I mean, do you really think you're helping anybody by doing what you're doing here? I just wonder if you actually do think that you're helping people, because you're not at all. You're propping yourself up, making yourself feel better. That's all you're doing. You're making yourself feel better by putting other people down. That's it.
Guys, I think HawkFan makes a very good point. Hey, Tav, if you're watching right now and you want to come up, we've probably got about another half hour to 40 minutes we're going to go. And if you want to go ahead and come up, then sure. And yeah, I was being a little condescending there at the end, Brian. After trying to be good faith and having it kind of smacked back in my face the first 2 or 3 times,
yeah.
I realized nothing was going to be good faith. So yeah, Brian, God forbid I adjust my approach based off of the reaction I'm receiving.
So now the truth comes out. See, there you go. Somebody who saw it, somebody who was there, provides the context. There's the context. Now I see how it was. Now it makes perfect sense to me why the angry vet was an asshole to you. And he was completely justified in being an asshole to you, because Navy Girl just lied when she said you were being perfectly nice, perfectly asking questions, just trying to be perfectly nice. No, you weren't. You were being disrespectful and passive aggressive, pretending to be nice but being condescending. That's not being respectful. You know what I mean? This is what you guys do. You play this deceptive game and you think that people can't see it. They all see it. It's just not everybody calls you out on your shit. Well, I'm going to call you out on your shit. The Angry Vet's going to call you out on your shit. And I hope more people call you out on your shit, because you need it. The truth hurts sometimes, but sometimes it's necessary.
But that's why you're a Chris Ryder or a Tav supporter, so it does make sense. Yeah. So.
And there, let's just label them, and we'll stereotype them, and we'll lump them together, and then we'll judge them, right? Because that's what we do, right? We label people, we lump them in these little categories, and then we judge them without knowing them, without allowing them their own identity or anything, right? We just want to lump them into these categories. That is absolutely like deceptive manipulation, fucking counterintelligence, psychological warfare tactics right there. What you're doing.
All right, that's
fair enough.
Yep, like I said, Tav, you want to come up here and explain, man, to explain how we're all wrong. All right.
Hey,
you do a very good
there's
job
something
on
wrong.
this drive.
Hey, there's something wrong with my phone. I'm going to duck out for a minute. I'll be right back in.
No, see, the burden of proof is on you assholes. You assholes are saying that they're scamming people, that they're going to scam people, that they don't have genuine intent, right? You're saying that. So the burden of proof is on you to prove it. Prove it. Show any evidence that suggests or that supports what you're saying. You don't have any. None. Right? It's like telling somebody, a kid, who wants to become the president of the United States, what are your qualifications? You can't be the president. You're not qualified. You're not qualified. You're just going to scam people. You know what I mean? Like, everything has to start somewhere, and it has to start somewhere, but with people supporting it. Where the fuck do you think, any other nonprofit started from? It's just money? They just create nonprofits out of thin air, and then just automatically they have support, or what? Come on now. Don't look at don't look at the people, okay? Look at what they're going to do, what they're trying to do, because you have every mechanism that's available to you to hold them accountable if they don't. Right? So, quit doing the damage now that you're doing by spreading the fucking ideas that you're spreading, the propaganda, the fear-mongering, the manipulative tactics, and the fucking the lies and slander that you're spreading right now. Stop it, because you guys are the only ones doing any damage to anybody, especially veterans.
We'll see you
That's okay.
soon.
I'm gonna jump off and come back in.
I'll let you up. Don't worry. You're not locked
Okay.
out. All right, guys. We're not letting her back in unless we
Yeah,
get a
no
$20
way.
donation. Okay.
No way. $20.
Just like we did the other day with GS.
No, that never
$20
happened.
entry.
That never happened. I don't know what you're talking about. That was a traumatic experience that I blocked out of my memory. So don't bring it up.
Yeah. Well, I let you back up, and I never got the $20 donation. Just so we're clear too. I said I wouldn't let you up without $20, but I was just joking.
Well, I did send you that picture just a little while ago.
Right.
Press with Ranker, thank you. Appreciate you guys. It's great for you guys to show up. Don't forget to like the Scars page and subscribe. All of that stuff is, of course, to answer
sucking on the
Muckster's
microphone
question.
Muckster.
Oh,
Muckster.
I don't know. That might be something we can look at.
I don't know. I think some of the ones that are restreaming this would probably rather see me bleach my taint or or a Brazil.
What a good thing to say on your donation drive, Tav. You're
Yeah.
so professional. I'm wrong, Targeted Patton. You're in really good hands, man. You keep going. You don't listen to us. We don't know what the hell we're talking about clearly, and everyone else does.
That's funny. That's a stupid fucking argument, by the way. The most successful professional people in the world say stuff like that all the time, right? It's locker room talk, isn't it? Isn't that locker room talk? So I would much rather trust the people that are willing to say it out in the open to your face instead of being fake, right? Wouldn't you? I mean, it just makes sense to me. I wouldn't want to learn that the person that's helping me actually has another side to them, like a subversive side, right? I'd rather just know who somebody is right up front.
Does so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll go back to
here.
Yeah, nothing to see here at all. You guys are right, we're wrong, right? So what's up, Navy girl?
Hello, boys.
Kind of low key turned me on a little bit. Hey, boys.
Brazilian wax.
Right.
Well, you got to piss in his ass, Navy girl, to really turn him on. You got to fuck me up the ass, and then you got to piss in his ass and pound him harder.
Not televised.
Yeah.
We'll just show you the wax paper when they're done.
Yeah. All right, guys. We love
Hold
you.
up. Pause. All right, what's the over under that he will try to say God bless you in order to try to court the Christian generosity at the end of this? Because somebody who might still be in the channel pointed out to me how he actually, and this person thought he might be coming around, like he might be turning over I don't hate Jesus leaf. I mean, I'm not trying to make this.
Well, the thing is, he doesn't hate Jesus. He just hates you, GS. He hates people that use, the Bible and Jesus and Christianity, like to try to prop them up, right? They use that to garner support. Like you preach the Bible and you preach different sermons, but you don't live it. You don't live it at all, okay? And that's the thing. Sermons in the Word of the Bible is not supposed to be read and understood or spoken. It's supposed to be lived. You're supposed to live it, but you don't live it. You don't demonstrate it. You speak it, but then you're a hypocrite. Then you literally do the opposite of what you speak. So yeah, that's what he and anybody else for that matter would absolutely despise. But he just doesn't. This is my opinion of it. I don't think the Angry Vet cares to include his spiritual beliefs or his religious beliefs on YouTube or anything to do with this, because that's what you people do. You associate your religious values and Jesus Christ into everything, right? And what does that do? That causes people to have what? Confirmation bias, right? It causes people to support you because they support Jesus Christ, right? GS, I've seen you do this and to the point where I could show one side of you that sounds like this Bible church going, forgiving, good citizen, and then immediately show another side of you that it looks like an evil, demonic fucking weasel dick. So what do you have to say about that? You never take accountability for that. You never ask forgiveness for that. You never do that. You just continue to have hate in your heart. You never say I was wrong. I shouldn't have done that. You never actually mean it anyway. That's for sure. You are like the definition of demonic. The opposite of Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ would piss on your little fucking feet. It just makes me sick. Makes me sick.
This channel about it, but just listen, guys. Listen to the grift. And I've heard him say some really disgusting things about my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. But we'll see if he says, God bless you all. Thank you for the donations or something similar. I haven't.
That's funny. I heard him say some really nasty, disgusting stuff about you in regards to Jesus Christ, but not about Jesus Christ himself. So maybe you just misheard there, GS.
Heard it yet. So what do you think the over-under is? Yes, do you think he's going to say God bless? Or do you think he'd know? Do you know how to do a poll? Yeah, go into your here before we go. This would be some more engagement for you. This would be a little example. So go.
What's the over under? I'm a religious fucking church going good fucking person, but I want to know what the over under is so I can gamble here.
Go into your regular YouTube. All right, make sure you have that up, but mute it obviously. And there should be like a little plus sign, and you can click that, and you can either do a Q&A or you can do a poll.
Yeah,
so like, the poll.
Yeah, this is like the 8th grader thing. You ask a stupid question, and it presents itself as like a joke, right? You ask a stupid question to the chat, and you only give 2 options so that basically it makes the chat engage, and it's like a joke, right? Where you make fun of a person. Okay, that's for the 8th graders. That's what that's for.
Would be perhaps like, do you think he's going to say something about God or blessing God at the end of it? He knows how to do it. What am I even talking about? I think he's gonna. I think he will. The grift is strong with this one.
I don't know.
I said, do you think GS is bossy?
Oh, Jesus. Oh, I hit yes.
We got 75% of people saying yes. Hold on, let's get a real one up there without me just joking around and playing
dare
audience. Give me a second. So,
dude, glad it wasn't like me giving an oath to give up my firstborn child or something. I would have just clicked yes immediately. Look at even my mods. You disloyal truth tellers.
No, but what did you do with your firstborn child, GS? You mock his sexuality, don't you?
How dare you?
Let's capitalize that quote question mark.
Dude, you can make me spit coffee on me. What's up, Lisa?
There we go. So we'll do that right there. Let's get over to studio. Okay, so she's back in. Here we go.
Man, it took my vote away. Oh, no, it didn't. How dare you?
All right, there you go. Let's see what happens, guys. Get your votes in while you can.
I'm going to vote twice.
Adios. And screenshot this.
Thanks, everyone. Appreciate you. We'll see you soon.
He didn't do it. Dang it. I was wrong again.
And with that, I'm going to end this video because GS was once again wrong. Like I said, you want to hear it again? GS was wrong again, right? Because he has been wrong the entire time I've been watching him for the last year or so. Something like that. So, I'll say be good or be good at it. And GS will say...
This is why you should never listen to me about anything.